Everyone's actually here now, aren't they?
Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay. I'm actually gonna speak to the our resident artist for the Drelek campaigns because I think they're free and I think it's time we get another one of this group done. So I'm gonna work on that. Right. Where the fuck are you guys? That's actually a really good question. Let me just map hunt a second.
We're at the bottom of the screen.
You fucking imbecile. That's not what I meant. Disadvantage first roll. Right, okay. So, this is actually where you are. The long story... That's Naked Sonic.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because we didn't have the art at the time to put it for him, so I just made him a person. Right.
It's a fake profile.
Fake pro. He's just a Facebook profile from the early 2000s, okay?
So it's just bot.
Don't hate, okay? Let him live his life. Anyway, so yeah, really fucking brief explanation. So last time you met a vampire called Cade, and oh god, sorry his name. You met a vampire called Cade who told you that there was a Death Tyrant guarding the way up because it was guarding the entrance towards the armory. So you knew for sure it was the way to go. You got a free long rest because magic bullshit shenanigans happened. You went and you fought the Death Tyrant. You managed to kill it. You then accidentally had a bunch of vampires come down, noticeably stronger vampires than normal, and you gave them a good hiding, but they actually did do some decent damage to you. You then proceeded to go up the stairs, knowing that you're a little bit more haggard, knowing that you are, in fact, at the armory now, the place where you need to break into to steal the armor and weapons of a captive by the name of the Lamb, who you are trying to break out because they can help break you out, and they may or may not be a very powerful individual. Anyway, you now are actually upstairs. You're on the level that is the armory itself. You know for a fact from peeking around the corner that there are guards over here. Anyone marked with yellow is wearing the gear, the disguise of a guard. So it is slightly harder for individuals to pick you out. But anyone not with a yellow dot is just wearing what they've been wearing. So it's not so much an issue for Xana, because Xana is a vampire anyway and kind of has been here before, so they just see her as a vampire. But the last ideas you were doing were using Lorelei and your blind cleric friend as to be quote-unquote like prisoners, shall we say. They were trying to just pretend that they're being led up here for one reason or another. I need to make sure that I actually have her sheet as well, because I have everyone else's sheet open except hers. So let me... There we go, there's Emil. Right, Emil's sheet is open now as well. But, as we start off, I want you to do something for me. Reiwa, I would like you to do me a perception check.
Okay.
Let's see how you did. Yes, you did fantastic. So, as you have got cart stairs and you're outside what you believe to be the guard's room, you have noticed something. And that's that your chickens have escaped. Your Fey chickens are, a bunch of them, not all of them, seem to be sitting on the floor, and they seem to be looking in this direction. And they're just kind of, imagine a chicken plopped on the floor, looking up in that direction. And there are a bunch of them, and they seem to be very curious about that direction. What do you do?
I am gonna go check on it. Just wander away.
So, actually, you don't. You get to here, you try to move forward, and then you stumble backwards. And you hear a voice say, you should probably watch where you're going. And then an individual moves up from the GM layer. You see this individual before you. This individual was not there before, but seemingly is there now. And you notice that all of your chickens that are on the floor seem to be staring at this individual.
I would stare too if a Stolfo appeared from the nether.
Shut up. Don't you leave my elf Astolfo out of this. But yes, Lorelei, you would have noticed as well, and everyone, if you had more of a passive perception than... Yeah, says Femboy Lizard Folk. Everyone with more of a 10 perception would have noticed that suddenly, out of nowhere, a elf of roughly around 5'5", with quite bright, vibrant pink hair, wearing grey, has suddenly appeared behind you. What do you do with this information?
Dude. Cool trick. Can anyone too?
I mean, do you know the spell invisibility?
Yeah. No.
Oh, well that sucks to be you then, doesn't it?
No way, dude. Yeah. It is always good to be me.
Is it though? I mean, can you turn invisible whenever you want?
Not for everybody else.
But why would I want to hide myself?
I don't know, because you're on a floor full of heavily armed vampires that know where you are, and they're gonna try to kill you, and you look like you've had the shit kicked out of you.
Yeah, once or twice.
So you do, in fact, want the spell invisibility.
Yeah, could help.
I can't help but notice you're in a bit of a fucked predicament, by the way.
Totally.
Do any of you actually know what you're getting into up here? Just saying?
Barely.
Well, we know we're about to attempt to storm the armory. That's about it. I've never been here, so I don't know what's about. I know there's guards around the corner, but that's about it.
Alright, well, first and foremost, what are you actually doing on this floor? Like, what are you actually looking for? Because I don't suppose you're not with the advanced forces. I get that, because otherwise I would have probably been informed about you.
No, we are not with the advanced forces.
Right.
What
so,
are you doing here?
Well, I'm with the advanced forces, you see. I'm actually helping storm the castle, so that's why I'm here.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
Yo.
it is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie.
We could have used the help a little while ago.
Well,
Big, scary. I actually know what? It had no eyeball, but it was a big head.
oh, so you fought the Death Tyrant. See, I did the smart thing. I went around the Death Tyrant.
Ha, dude, we should have done that.
Yeah, maybe you
If
should.
we had the ability to, we would have.
Yeah.
But I have to reiterate my question. What exactly are you doing here?
We're here to get something for someone that can help us get these people out of here.
Alright, I'm gonna rephrase the question. What are you doing here? And don't make the answer as vague as fucking possible.
Some dude locked up needs his stuff. And he's asked, hey, guys, can y'all go and get it for me? And we're all like, why not? We want to leave too.
The figure places their hand on their chin and kind of does an overreactive thinking pose. This figure, are they in the dungeon or elsewhere?
They're elsewhere.
Hey, so you
They're in their
found-
own private dungeon.
Ah,
Yeah,
so you
But
found...
in the dungeon.
Where is the dungeon? I was looking for it, but I couldn't seem to find it. Well, no, sorry, not the dungeon. Like where they're being held. Can you tell me how to get there?
Teleportation circle on the first floor.
Damn it, I didn't see that. Well, I mean, I haven't actually managed to get to the first floor yet, so that's probably why. So
Exactly.
Wow.
So we're here trying to get their weapon and their armor.
And hopefully my armor too.
I guess we're trying to get his armor too.
So you know where they are. Have you actually come in contact with them? The prisoner, I mean.
Yes.
Right. What did they tell you?
They told us that if we got their weapon and their armor, they would be able to help us kill help us get the collars off the people, these people here. They'd help us get them free. They'd help us kill the people that were in the way of getting them free. And that's all I care about.
I mean, yeah, that is pretty much in our capability, but I guess you have to actually get them out first. Is it just their armor and their gear that they're missing? Because we could probably get that pretty easily.
That's all they told us was their armor and their gear.
Could I question why we're answering her questions?
Well, I mean, a friendly wee elf appears out of nowhere. You're gonna ask their questions, especially one as cute as me.
Yeah.
That and they haven't alerted the guards.
Well, I mean, I'm not here to alert the guards. I'm here to, well, if I have to, kill the guards, but, you know.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. You haven't alerted the guards, so clearly you're not working with the guards. So
Wait, is there more of you guys out there? And I'm just kind of like move my hands around me.
No, like, not right here.
Ah.
We kind of got separated. We knew that the castle was gonna do like a whole shifty trick, but we didn't quite realize how good of a shifty trick it was. And yeah, some of my team got turned to stone by well, you know, by the thing that you killed. And some of them had just been separated out on other floors. So until I can find the rest of them, I'm kind of just doing my own thing, you know, doing the solo thing.
Got you. So those guys weren't as smart as us then.
Oh dear, I don't need to think anyone is quite as smart as you. You get what I'm just saying?
I've been told that so many times, and thank you so much.
I don't think he gets that I was joking, does he?
no, he does not.
She looks at Xana and then looks at Reiwa.
It's best to not dwell on it.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna stick to that. Right. So you need to get the armor for yourselves and to get the prisoner's gear. Right. Okay. Well, I can help you do that. Obviously, it's kind of, I mean, like, I'm here to try and bring the castle down, and if we can unlock the prisoner, then that'll just make my job far easier.
I'm sensing a butt.
No, there's no buts. No buts. I'm more than happy to help you out, is what I'm saying.
That's good. Because the last fight hurt a lot.
Alright, so what I suggest we do is we try to get into this next place. Now, I kind of don't have the capability of making myself invisible again. And I don't have enough slots ready to do it on all of you.
Yeah.
So I'm afraid we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way.
But hold on, hear me out. I got like my mind doing stuff. How about the ones that are just like guards pretend we're running from a fight, saying that bad guys are behind us, and when they're looking the wrong direction, we attack them from behind.
You know your disguises aren't as good as you think they are, right? I mean, I can still kind of see his horns, and I can kind of see your blue skin underneath that. So I don't quite think that's gonna work out as well as you think.
Yeah, they've been told that these were just meant as like passing disguises. They were never meant to work up close and personal.
Oh no, they're
So
definitely
then we don't get close. We run down this hallway, further down, and we kind of point in the direction the people are coming. We stay far enough from them, and as they go in and leave whatever they're guarding, we try and get them midway.
Perhaps you can dive under this secondary rug.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a fit.
Yeah, I don't think you'll fit either.
But in the meantime, I can send my spirit bro, to kind of be popping it out of the wall.
Well, I mean, the spirit bruh, as you said, that's actually kind of good. It might give us an idea of what's in there. I have some estimated numbers for this floor based on some intel that I got, but no 100%.
He can't really talk, so we've kind of worked out a system on how many fingers he's gonna hold up for me.
Okay. How the fuck did you guys get up this far?
Mostly luck.
Yeah, there's just tons of fucking luck.
Also, the guards here are kind of really, really stupid.
I mean, most of them are dumb because essentially they're just meant to be cannon fodder.
And when luck doesn't work, we just beat them down.
Alright, that part I can 100% believe.
All right, so do we just rush them, or do we do a distraction?
Well, I mean, I kind of said that I suggest that you maybe use your wee ghost buddy to try and take a look in the room and maybe give us some intel of what's in there first.
We'll see what he tells me. All right, spirit bro, onward you go. Find out how many people are in there.
Right, so I'm just going to reveal that room, since the spirit bro is going to go in there, and then he's probably going to hold up, like, the amounts to you anyway, so I'm going to reveal. If the reveal button ever actually works on Roll20, because for some reason reveal button hates me. There we go. So that's what's in there, and that's what your spirit would be able to see. 8, 9. I believe if I've counted correctly, there are 9 vampire guard in there.
Yeah.
That's a few.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so who wants to go home now?
If that were an option, I'm sure we would have taken it.
Wait, okay, so right. We know that there are 9 guards in there. Now, even with me, and I know I'm great, that's still going to be a bit of a tough one. That was me opening the floor for ideas.
Well, I can cast some magic, but not enough to fight all of them at one time. Can we lock up a door?
We could try and funnel them out.
Yeah, but that's still 9 people.
Yeah, 9 people we would fight 1 or 2 at a time.
I don't.
As they're forced to funnel out the doors.
I got something I could do that might hold them up a little bit, but it won't last that long.
I mean, if I get close enough to them. I could probably knock a few down in one go, but that's like a trick I can do once, and like that's it. And that's probably not gonna kill them, but it'll knock them down probably. Maybe, possibly. The chickens are very much still attracted to looking at this character.
I'm gonna see if I can send Spirit Bro to the other. I guess there's another room over here.
Yes, there is another room. My Roll20 is being a little bit slow. There's a room here. Is that what you're asking here?
Yes,
Yes, there is another room
I did. Be swift and be awesome.
So, you're sending Spirit Bro down there. How are you getting him towards there without being seen by anyone else?
So I'm gonna see if he can quietly, basically I don't know. I'll tell him if he can be as quiet as he can be, but if anything, if how tall is the ceiling here? Like how like what's the from floor to ceiling?
It's very, very tall. It's about
So-
50, 60 foot.
So I'll ask him if he could just kind of glide on the ceiling very quietly.
Okay,
And
tell
it
you
just-
what. Roll me a stealth check, and we're gonna try to see if he can maybe glide across the sky, and just hope that no one looks up. So roll me a stealth check to see like exactly how stealthy he can be.
So there's no real stealth on his character sheet, but I'll just roll D20 and add 2 to his modifiers.
Yes,
He has
yes.
he has
Tell you
plus
what,
2
or
dex.
just do a dex, because it would just be a dex anyway.
Dex? Okay.
Yep.
15.
You actually did good enough. I looked at the passive perception of the guards, and you actually do manage to, by getting him to go all the way up to near the top of the ceiling and kind of gliding across the ceiling, you do manage to get him into that room. And then what I am going to do is I'm going to reveal that room to you. And I will give you some information about that room, because that was actually a really good thing that you did. Right, so what the ghost would see is this is a very, very different room to the main armory. This looks like it is someone's personal study. Anyone that has ever looked for D&D character token art has probably run into this individual at some point. But in the middle of the room, there is this individual. They are very clearly a vampire. They seem to be only half dressed in their armor at the moment. They have a half plate on. And they have some, like, Under Armour on at the moment. It seems to contrast very much. The over armor, the half plate itself is a bright crimson red with decorative demon faces embroidered onto it. The Under Armour is very plain and very black. You can see it's kind of where other armor would like click into place. So you can tell they're maybe not fully armored up at the moment. They would see that they are adjusting their breastplate while sitting on top of a coffin, which maybe you can work out is probably what they sleep in. They have, again, things that a study would have. So, like, there are books there. There is a little area, there is a little, like, desk for them. In the corner of the room, there is a very large crate, like a chest crate. Very ornate in design. And right next to it appears to be a very different set of armor. Not quite like anything the vampires wear. Armor that seems to be silver with gold edging on it. Seems to have some kind of cape, but it's kind of hidden by the fact that its back is to the wall.
You know, I feel like the narration's trying to tell us something.
I feel like I maybe try to hint at something, but maybe I'm being too subtle for you all.
You know, that can't be important. Let's just leave it alone, guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's obviously not where we're supposed to.
Yeah, we
That's a
shouldn't be
side.
here.
That's a side quest. That's what that
I
is.
think we should hide under the carpets.
Yes.
What if I disguise myself as one of the guards with magic, and then I kill you all and change sides?
That's too much effort for you.
That wouldn't be very
That is
nice. So, after a few minutes, your ghostly friend would come back. Your ghost can't tell you anything. So how are you going to try to get your ghost to translate to you that there is something suspicious in that room?
He's not. He's just gonna tell me there's only one person in that room.
Okay.
Hold up, sir.
Yeah.
That's it.
He's going to tell you there's only one person in that room.
Yeah. All right. So, are we actually hiding it under the carpets? Because if so, I need to get ready.
I don't think that... bless your wee wet cotton socks. I don't think that was actually a plan, if I'm completely honest with you, buddy.
Oh, okay. So, do we distract and then attack, or do we attack and attack some more?
I'm not sure we can take a fight.
Yeah. Nope.
At least not a direct one.
That's
Bonus
why.
Things in favor of us.
That's why I said I can do something that can slow him down a bit, but only a bit.
What exactly can you do to slow them down?
Yeah, I can make him wet.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you wanna fucking rephrase that?
Yeah,
There are
I'll-
ladies present.
Right. Sorry. I was raised by pirates in a way, kind of a thing.
That's not excuse.
Yeah.
That makes what you said any better.
Tell that to the pirates. But yeah, no. So totally, like, I'm a fish person, right? So I could like bring up water and make it kind of like a wall-ish kind of a thing.
A wall
Sometimes.
of water, one might add. Yeah.
Yes, that's what it's called, wall of water. And so if I can get a good angle at it, I might be able to kind of like block the entrance of one door and block the entrance of another door, and then that could maybe hagger him out a little bit. That can maybe slow him down.
Okay. But that's still gonna be a fight. That's still gonna cause a fight. It's gonna.
It is, but it's gonna slow them down at least. That's the best I could do right now. I don't have much magic to take on a lot of people at once.
I'm gonna be real with you. I got like one spell slot left, and that's it.
It's not where I'm sitting as well.
It's either that or we ask them if they want chickens.
Like I said, if some of them line up in just the right way, I might be able to do something to knock a few down. But that's about it. Like I can still do my standard gear, and I can still shoot the fuck out of them from afar. But that's all I got. Like that's it.
Yeah. So, question: what kind of way do you want them to be in?
Wait, what?
You said you could knock them down if they're all in a certain way. What kind of way do you want them in?
Well, I mean, if you can try and get enough of them closer to me, like about, I don't know, 30 foot about, and if you get them closer to me, keep them kind of like relatively in front of me, and don't let them stab me, then I might be able to push some of them down.
We could probably do one of them, but maybe not the second.
You're not filling me with confidence of exactly how you managed to get this far right now.
He doesn't fill any of us with confidence.
Well, at this point, it's like there's a lot of them, and I don't know. And honestly, we're missing a lot of our stuff to put it on a decent fight. So the best I could do is what I got, and I don't have much.
Right, okay. So, do you have any idea where your equipment might be?
No.
Knowing our luck, it's probably in the room with the 9 people.
Okay, let's think of this logically. Right. So, that other room with the 9 people. That's a big room, right?
Yeah, most likely.
Maybe.
Maybe
I don't know.
if we try to get your ghost friend to go in there and to try and ask it a question about what's in there, like a yes or no question, surely then it could at least give us more information on what's in there.
Good idea. Spirit Bro, are there beautiful women inside? Pre- 1 for yes, throw up a 2 for no.
It goes in, it comes out, it holds up 2.
Okay, then they have to die. Can things blow up? Do you remember how things can explode? Can stuff go boom?
How do you forget how the things explode?
Well, he's kind of a spirit of his former self. So, and we kind of killed him kind of hard.
It pushes its head in, it pulls its head out, it holds up 2 for no.
Is it a big room?
Pushes its head in, pulls its head out, holds up 1 for yes.
Hey, guys, it's a big room.
Were you dropped on the head as a child? Out of curiosity, like
No, not really. Like, I was kind of like born in the water. So if I do fall, I fall very, very slow.
and maybe you knocked your head on some coral reef, or maybe a boat hit it. I don't know. Right. Okay. Ghost.
Ah,
Pop your head back in there. Hold up 1 for yes, and hold up 2 for no. If there are, I don't know, if there are lots of weapons in there. If there are lots of weapons, hold up 1 for yes. If there aren't, hold up 2 for no. Pokes his head in, pulls his head back out, holds up a finger 1 for yes. Right, so we know there's a lot of weapons in there, okay? So that's probably like the main armory?
Hey, dude, is there something that you can get inside of, like a suit of armor?
He pokes his head in, pulls his head out, holds up 1 for yes.
Yeah. What happens if he gets in the armor and it starts moving?
That could work, actually. As bad as this sounds, he might have a good idea on that one.
Spirit Bro, do you think you are awesome enough to go in armor and distract him a bit?
It pokes his head out, pulls its head back in, holds up 1 for yes.
Ha, dudes. There we go. We can maybe... The spirit of my bro here. Can it have an armor? Distract him, and maybe we can, attack him.
If it goes in the armor and it distracts them, we could maybe like try to do a counterattack against them while they're confused about the armor, or I mean,
Wow,
if we
that's
knew
what I
that
was thinking.
if we knew your gear wasn't in there, we could then try to block the doors. But if we don't know where your armor and gear actually is, we can't rule out that it's not in that room.
Well, at this point, we can maybe just counterattack him and see what happens. We go with the flow.
Well,
That's a water joke.
I know, I got that. I got that. You see,
Yeah.
I got the
Cool.
joke.
Ha.
Just didn't laugh, and I know I want you to prepare yourself for this. It wasn't funny.
No way.
No, very much way.
I'm gonna be honest, I started tuning him out around the time he started asking if the ghost was awesome enough to possess armor.
I was never listening to him in the first place.
Dude.
Glad we're all on the same level here. Right. So, just to be clear, we're gonna try to cause the distraction, and then we're gonna try to fight these guards while they're distracted. That's the plan, right?
Yeah. That's the one we can.
You know, a thought has occurred to me that I can make myself look like one of them, as in exact. Why
Okay.
don't we just distract them and I just walk in and grab our stuff?
That's a good plan. You could just distract them, walk in, and then see if you can grab your stuff. But you need to find your stuff first.
And if you're accompanied by Xana, you might just be able to get in if you look like one of them.
Aye, that's
But-
true. You are a vampire.
But
Wait,
Is
I'm
that
a
it?
vampire?
but is Xana supposed to be up
Shocking.
here? Like the other floor, you know. Xana, have you been up here before?
No, Xana, you have not been in the army.
No, I have not been here before.
So, like the stuff you do, will they let you be in there if you're not allowed?
I mean, if they're worried about the weird ghost in armor, they might not be too concerned about her being on this level.
Yeah. Well, then how about we do two things at once? Raywell can make himself look the vampire stuff, and the ghost could be in there in case Raywell needs a distraction. If something's not happened right, we can tell the ghost to make the armor fall over, make a big commotion, or have the armor run around.
Yeah, get in there, get the armor to go, the ghost in the armor to do shenanigans, and then that can buy you time in a like a full better disguise with Xana to see if you can find your armor. I'm down with it. It seems like the most reasonable plan that you got so far that isn't just straight out possible suicide.
Yeah. The power of the mind is strong with all of us.
Not you.
Ah. Dude, yeah, you're probably right.
Alright. So, the rest of us, maybe we wait around this corner, and then if shit goes fucked, we can always pop out and, do the blasty blast, stabby stab. I don't know how you fight, but fight is what I'm saying.
Okay. Spirit Bro, it's your time to be awesome. Find the most steel armor that you can that's in the back. And if Raywell needs help, I'll point to the Chicken Man himself. You make a distraction, run around a little bit to give him time to do his thing.
Right, so, let's just be clear at the moment of what the actual plan is. So the idea is that the ghost is going to go in there, it's going to hide in a suit of armor, and it's going to make a bunch of noise in a suit of armor to distract them. While distracted, Rayra, who is going to fully disguise himself as one of the vampires, is going to go in there with the aid of Xana, who is a vampire, and attempt to find your guys' gear. Because the belief is that if you guys had your full gear, you might actually stand a bit more of a chance. And then if shit goes sour, the rest of you are going to be hiding behind the wall, and if you need to fight, you'll fight. That's what I'm getting. Is that the plan?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's the best. That's what we have right now. That's probably the best thing that we can come up with.
Right. So let's do the setup for this first. I'm going to say that the ghost sneaks its way into that set of armor. Right. Okay. Raywa,
Okay.
what do you need to do to make yourself look completely like one of the guards?
I will cast just my once-a-day disguise self.
110%. You use your once a day disguise self. I'm now going to upgrade you from yellow to green. You are now 100% in the appearance. You're still wearing the armor, and it helps you look even more like them, but underneath the armor, you make yourself appear just like a stereotypical vampire that you've seen hiding in those sets of armor. So
The main point is I'm trying to get rid of the horns, make them they can't see the horns.
you have you give yourself loads of hair. You
Pretty
make
much,
yourself
yeah.
a real shaggy vampire. Right. So, you now look completely indistinguishable, albeit a bit hairier, than most of the vampires you have seen. You can now easily fool the guards. Xana, you are still you. At this point, the elf will go across and hide to the wall.
I, alas, am still me.
You, alas, are still you. So, team disguised. Let's do this. You're marching down. I want to see how this plays out. Let's go.
Poorly.
Poorly, yeah.
Very poorly.
Obviously.
I give it about 5 minutes before I have to stab someone.
So the moment you come into full view, that vampire guard looks at you and goes, "Ah, there are more reinforcements. Good. Wait, hold on. Who are you?" Points to Xana.
I've been conscripted to help in the fight. My name's Xana.
Yeah, no, I do remember seeing that name. There is, in fact, someone called Xana in this castle who is on our side. I remember seeing it on the vampire registry. Okay, well, if you are here to help us, you can try to get in the armory and try to prepare everything. We're trying to make sure that the cannons are ready for firing. Well, don't just stand there. The other guard kind of eyes you up a bit suspicious of you, but not enough to throw off the disguise. You can now enter the armory. When you enter the armory, you do see that there are exactly everything that you can see. So there seems to be a series of loads of like crates here that are under some kind of net wrapping. You can see that this is like prepared. This is like an armory, but with a forge, so they can make their own weapons. You can see there are 3 distinct forges all set up very uniformly. Next to each other with anvils and benches for people who would work on it. Over here there are a series of other kind of similar crates that you've seen before with a vampiric marking on the top. You do see 3 really big ballistas. You do see, as the other vampire mentioned, there are some cannons over here that two vampires are setting up. There is a broken set of ballista here that maybe is in disrepair now. There are the armors. You can't tell which one your ghost friend's in, but you know that the plan was to have one of them in there. Along the back there is a series of weapon racks, and here seem to be more like loot boxes opened up with weapons. There seems to be a vampire that's doing kind of inventory on them.
But you need your credit card to get into those.
You do need to get your credit card. You need to send me $9.99, and then I'll let you get into them. So what are you gonna do? OnlyFans.
I'm going to head towards the cannons so that I do not raise suspicions.
Mm-hmm.
I tell the guard that the guard outside suggested that I come and try and aid in loading and preparing the cannons.
Do you have any experience with gunpowder?
I do not.
Okay. While the man at the door had the best intentions, I do not believe it is good for you to work on this if you have no experience with gunpowder.
You're probably right in that regard. Last thing I want to do is cause more casualties for our side than needs to be.
They look you up and down and they go, well, you can at least, count weapons. Yes, you know that.
I do know how to count.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. You go
One.
over there. Why do they all make that? Gestures towards Yamas. Goes, go over there. Help Siegfried.
Okay, so the guy's name was Siegfried.
Siegfried. Not Zig. Sig.
Siegfried and Roy, my favorite vampires.
Yes. There you go.
I'll come over here and start counting weapons.
Are you just gonna start counting? You're not gonna speak to the guy. You're just gonna start counting.
I would tell him from the other side that the cannoneers advise that I come over here and help you count weapons.
I guess if that is what they want you to do, that is fine. Right. I have an inventory list over here. If you please come over here, I will show you it, and we can try to make sure we have exactly what we need.
I come over to look at the inventory list.
I'm just gonna ask the cannoneers that I don't have much experience with gunpowder stuff either. Where am I best used?
Are you good at fixing wooden things? We have a broken ballista there that, well, it would be useful if we could have it operational.
Am I good at fixing things?
Would you think the Ray was good at fixing things? Do you have any kind of, like, history repairing things? Do you have any tools?
I'm good at breaking things. That's the same thing in reverse, right?
Kinda.
Are you good at unbreaking things?
Doubtful.
Right. Okay. Well, tell you what, maybe don't help us. Maybe go and see if Frederick needs anything. You know Frederick, right?
Of course.
Roll me a deception.
I was actually wanting to roll low because I'm trying to give them the idea that I am what you might call useless cannon fodder.
He sighs, places his hand over his helmet, and he goes, "Okay, are you aware of Are you aware of Lady V's guard, the Crimson Guards? Are you aware of them?"
That sounds significantly more familiar.
Roll me a deception, because you've never actually heard of the Crimson Guard before.
I thought the other vampire, the vamp wizard, had mentioned them in passing.
Nah, he hadn't mentioned them in passing.
My roll stuck on 11.
He goes, oh, okay, right, okay. They're the individuals who protect Lady V are the Crimson Guard. They are her chosen vampire escort. We call them Crimson Guard because they wear armor of red. Frederick is one of them. He is in charge of maintaining the armory. He is in the other room, the room before the staircase. If you go in there, see if he requires anything.
Will do.
Why do they always send these most stupid ones to me?
They trust you to suss us out and get us in the right places.
So yeah, so you're being directed basically into there. So you get up to the door. You know it's a much more ornate stone door than all the other ones. It has a dragon's head on the outside, kind of looking out. What do you do when you get to the door, Reiwa?
I knock.
Okay, you do the knock, and then you hear a voice from the other side. Yes, who is it?
I was sent from the armory to see if you needed assistance with anything, sir.
Come in. The door is already open. Come in.
I let myself in.
You let yourself in, and you see the individual that I've already said, Frederick, the Frederick of the Crimson Guard. Like I said, you see that he's sitting on the end of his own closed coffin. He seems to be adjusting his gear. Okay, comrade. Since you have not given me your name, I'm just going to refer to you as comrade. Unless you would prefer to give me a name. Don't really care either way.
Whatever is easier for you.
Comrade it is. Well, if you are not capable of helping the others, then I will assume that you perhaps are not the brightest, so I will spell this out very easy for you. I believe, well, Lady V believes that an attack on this area is imminent. It is my belief that they come to try to reclaim the gear of the prisoner. That is why I have had it moved into my office for personal protection. There are items that we do not want the invaders to get, as it would not be good for us. I am going to stand and wait here as the last line of defense. I am still trying to get the pieces of my armor on, so you can assist me with providing aid by helping me put my armor on.
Okay.
Are you actually going to help him put his armor on?
I'm seeing what my options are.
Okay. While you
That's
think about your
terrible.
options... Oh, go on.
That's always a terrible thing when I say it.
It really is. So while you think about your options a second, we'll go back to Xena. So Xena, are you actually participating in helping Count, or, you know, are you trying to fuck it up? Like, talk me through what's going on up there.
At the moment, I'm looking over the list, and to begin with, I'm going along with this so as not to raise suspicion right off the bat. So I am counting as expected and making a proper list.
Okay, so you're actually helping. So, you would notice that the items that you're counting, they don't seem to be like anything you believe that the team has. So what he's counting is definitely, and what you're counting is definitely not their gear. It's standard army equipment. It's halberds, it's spears, it's short swords and daggers and basic weaponry that any member of the guard would have.
Okay. As I continue to count, I'd move from the boxes over to the racks to count things from there to see if there's anything of note on them that might be that would be for the team, that would be somewhat out of place amongst the normal stuff.
Okay.
As I continue to count.
Do me like a basic perception check for me. I kind of want to see if you can see if there's anything specific on there. So none of it looks like special in any kind of way. It looks like standard equipment. These are racks of pikes with some spears. There seems to be some javelins put on there as well. It doesn't look like anything out of the ordinary. It doesn't look like anything special.
Okay. I will continue working my way down the racks. The further I get away from him is when I start flubbing numbers here and there.
Okay. So you're actively at this point. Okay. So, question for Raul. Did you tell the ghost that you wanted them to wait to do their distraction? Did you tell them you wanted, like, you were going to send them a message when it was time to do the distraction? What was your indicator for this creature to start doing the distraction?
Indicator was if any of the two were in trouble, if they were
Okay.
right, if they had some kind of suspicion, then at that point that's when he would activate his and become the distraction.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, right. Just so I'm aware of what it is that causes it. How are you doing with your plan, Reiwa? Have you decided on what you're gonna do, or do you need me to buy a little bit more time for you?
I am going to, for now, just assist. I'm actually going to legitimately assist him
Okay.
because I have no clue what I can do to sabotage him at the moment.
Okay. All right. So you do that. You're helping him, like, putting pieces of armor on and anything. And you're just kind of you doing it quietly. You trying to talk to him about that.
He does not seem to care for the group I'm pretending to be a part of, so I'm going to keep quiet.
Okay. Yeah. That's very fair.
I'm just going to try to take visual stock of what all is in here.
So roll me a perception, and then roll me just a straight intelligence check.
Perception, int.
Wow. It
The
hates you.
blessed double 6.
You're kind of actually a bit too focused on helping him with his armor to really actually be thinking about what's going on, or to look around the room in itself.
If I roll another 6, do I get a prize?
No.
You get converted to their side.
Yeah, you suddenly start to think maybe the vampires are right.
I really want to just tell this guy to bite my neck. I don't know why.
You get a little bit too into the role.
But yeah, so you're focusing on doing that. There's nothing I can give you for that, I'm afraid. Right. So Xana, you're fudging the numbers now. I want you to roll me a deception roll.
Oh, I'm great at these.
Are you?
No.
You actually did really good. So, with fudging the numbers, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to tell him that the numbers... Are you going to try and tell him that the numbers are wrong? That there's less here than there's supposed to be, or...
It's a good question.
It is a good question.
Seeing that... it's a good... I don't know, because I don't know how many soldiers we have. So I don't know if I could say that there aren't enough weapons for soldiers or not.
Well, I wasn't saying, are you trying to say there aren't enough weapons for soldiers? I just meant, like, the idea of, are you going to maybe try to tell this gentleman that the numbers are wrong?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that the numbers are wrong.
Okay. So you've rolled a deception, so I'm counting that for what you're doing. So role play this for me. Tell me what you're doing and how you're saying it.
Okay, I tell him that I've been going over the racks, over the boxes, and the numbers he's given me, and that the numbers he's given me and the numbers I've gotten are not matching up.
He kind of looks like he makes a very exaggerated, annoyed sigh, and stumps over there. It's like, what are you talking about? Please explain.
I am showing a far fewer number than what you've come up with. Not from an out of character, not like drastically, but
Yeah,
like
you're just saying that it's wrong, essentially.
yeah. But it's from what I've been counting, it's showing far fewer than what you've come up with. So I don't know if someone is pilfering weapons. I don't know if you've counted wrong, but there's definitely inconsistency.
No, this is not my list. This was the list I was given. Fuck's sake, I know that they were going to fuck us up one way or another. You see him, he goes over here and he starts talking to this vampire, and they start kind of... What starts as like a discussion quickly becomes like aggravated debate and shouting, and you roll me a perception check. I want to see if you can hear something specific as they say.
Nope.
Nope. But you would know just really over the top kind of hand gestures. You would know after they have a bit of a shouting match. This one seems to storm off. At this point, you would notice that the door for the room that you're in, Reiwa, kind of bursts open, and a very aggravated vampire guard comes in and goes, "Frederick, you need to look over the armor. They are telling us it is wrong. They are saying that our numbers are incorrect. You wrote the numbers. This is a very stressful time. This is not a time where we can afford to be without our proper equipment. We are already working with less than we were promised." Upon hearing this, how do you react, Reiwa? What do you do?
I'm going to act surprised because I don't think Xana told me what her plan was.
No, no, they didn't.
I have no clue what's going on.
So you're acting surprised. Okay, roll me a performance.
It's not really acting because I legitimately don't know what the fuck's going on.
Surprise Pikachu face.
So yeah, roll me a performance.
Is it bad? Part of me was hoping for another 6.
Oh no, I got your other 6.
So okay, you do a really good kind of exaggerate, oh, that doesn't sound good kind of thing. You notice that Frederick kind of sharply jolts one of his shoulders forward, pulling away from what you're doing. He gets off of the coffin and he kind of staggers, stamps his way over towards the guard, and he turns back to you and goes, "Comrade, stay here. Prepare the rest of my armor. I'm going to try to get to the bottom of this. You get everything ready, and then when I come back, you can fit the rest. But for now, just be still and wait for me. You take me. I want to see what exactly is missing." And then the two of them together storm out of the room. Right, so Reiwa, you would have noticed that all that has happened, and the individual is kind of out of the room now, and he said for you to prepare his armor for when he gets back so that you can finish fitting it on. What are you going to do now? The door is fully... I should just small information. The door is fully shut. He slammed it shut behind him.
And locked you inside.
No, he didn't lock him inside.
He left me in here by myself with the thing we came to get.
Yeah, he did.
There's not really an easy way to transport armor. But now would be a good time for them to have that distraction, I think.
Well, I mean, the trigger was if anyone's in trouble, and no one's shown signs of being in trouble yet.
I feel like I'm about to be in trouble.
But that being said, as we go back to the other room for a moment, you would see a very angry vampire storming in, wearing a crimson a crimson breastplate. He seems to stamp over to here and he goes, "Okay, who is the one telling me that we have the wrong numbers?" At this point, this vampire immediately points you out, Xana. You, Wait, what is your name? I'm sure I've seen you at some point. What is your name? State your name.
It's Xana.
We don't give second names out now. Oh, you know what? Forget it. What are you telling me is wrong?
As I told Siegfried, the numbers that I was counting up seemed way under from the list that I was given.
He storms his way up, and he. Are you like just? Did you have a clipboard? Did you take like a clipboard from area, or are you just counting with your hands? What? How are you counting them?
I would assume that I would have. It's either a clipboard or like a scroll or something that would have like the numbers on it that I could make a tally with.
Okay, we'll say you had some parchment. He then snatches the parchment out of your hand and he starts counting. What are you gonna do while he is there counting?
Set it on fire. Set it on fire.
That would be way too suspicious if I set it on fire.
Yeah, if you
Punch his
started
dick.
setting things
Punch
on
his dick.
fire right in front of the guy, that may be.
Punch his dick. Punch his dick.
I don't even know if that's a good idea, if I'm honest. I'm leaning heavily towards no.
As of right now, I'm not gonna do anything and hope that he might buy the fact that I just miscounted
Okay, well,
really badly.
right, I rather embarrassingly need to use the restroom again because fuck me, I think I must have drank way too much water today. As soon as I get back though, we're gonna go back to you, Reiwa, and we're gonna do a back and forth until either someone massively fucks up or someone succeeds. So think about exactly what you want to do while I go pee. Not in a character's coffin either.
Oh yeah, can I take a shit in his coffin?
You absolutely should.
Yes, you absolutely should.
So guys, what do you think we should do?
I'm about to get found out and get beat to fuck.
But then that will be the distraction, at which point I'm probably gonna grab the armor and get the fuck out.
But y'all are still gonna be stuck here because y'all can't get out.
Getting out was overrated anyway.
That's a problem for future us.
Sounds like it's not our problem right now.
That's true.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
So I had an idea. If you guys, I wonder if those cannons are, stuffed and ready to go. Because hear me out. If everyone kind of gathered around this one area, I'm thinking massive explosion.
I'm back, but I just want to say that, like, when I was going to the restroom, I stopped to put a moment, and I was like, I'm kind of flabbergasted that this is working. Like, I thought this was gonna fall apart real hard, real quick. I'm not gonna lie.
Ah,
You
so
mean it's-
Right. So, I am gonna pull us back, and I'm gonna say that Frederick of the Crimson Guard is counting the items at the moment. We're gonna hop back to you, Reiwa. Reiwa, have you thought of what you want to do? Is there a plan?
how much of his armor did he leave in here with me?
A lot of it. So the way I'm working this out is when you entered the room, he counted as wearing a breastplate. When you started to help put his armor on for him, he has now upgraded to wearing half plate. So he's got enough armor in there that if you were to continue, if he come back and you were to continue, you were going to essentially give him full plate.
Is there a way in which I can sabotage his armor?
I don't know. How do you want to try to sabotage his armor?
How do you even sabotage armor?
That's why I'm asking.
The straps.
You can cut the holes of the buckle straps.
You can loosen the straps on them. You can, if you make a right on the buckle, like Carl was saying, if you kind of nick it a little bit, the more it kind of tugs on it and uses it, the straps will break. If it's a helmet, you can put something. If there's an inkwell on the desk, maybe you can stuff some, like pour it in the helmet.
That one doesn't sound like sabotage. It just sounds like a prank.
Well, depends what if he dons on the helmet, it's sabotage because he won't have the helmet in and he'll be blinded.
Also sounds similar to my I'm going
right.
to shit in the helmet or shit in the coffin plan.
Okay, so just to be clear, the plan isn't to do anything else with the items in that room. The plan is to sabotage the armor. That's the plan.
It's more I'm waiting to do something with the items in the room. I'm waiting for there to be a commotion or something that tells me, oh, he's not going to come back and find me rifling through his drawer.
Okay, so you're worried about the time aspect of if there's not something going on to distract him, he could just appear at any time, and that's really not what you want. That's what what you're getting at. Gotcha. So, if you tell me exactly how you want to mess with his armor, if I think you can feasibly do it, I will make you roll for it. But I need to know exactly what you want to do.
I liked the idea of trying to use one of the various blades or one of the daggers I took off of a previous guard and kind of cut a couple of notches into the straps of it so that it will come a little looser and possibly come apart.
Okay, right. So then what you do is you're going to spend a minute and in that time, because I'm not going to make you do a check for this because that seems a bit silly, but like for a whole minute you're going to be in there and you're going to be trying to cut his trying to cut the pieces of his armor to make sure, like the straps of it, to try to make sure that it falls apart if he tries to put it on. Okay, cool. Right, so that's what you're doing. Since you're going to be doing that, we're going to then go back to Xana. Xana, you notice that Frederick suddenly stops counting and he turns to look at you and goes, "Are you imbecile? Are you simple-minded? Is that it?"
I don't believe I am.
At this point, he grabs a hold of your wrist. Roll me a athletics.
Cue distraction.
Well, 1 second. I just want to see if you can try to grab out of it first, and then the distraction will happen. So I'm going to roll his counter athletics. So he nat 20'd it.
Damn it.
He got 24. So you try and he grabs a hold of you, like on the wrist, and you are grappled by him essentially. And he pulls you along down here and is going to start out loud counting. So you said, however, that this would trigger your friend to help out, correct, Raul?
That is correct.
Okay, well, you tell me, put yourself in the shoes of Naked Sonic, and tell me exactly what you want to do as him.
So at this point, he knows that he can't physically move this armor too much
Mhm.
because he has very low strength, but he can fly.
Yes.
So he would kind of use his movement a bit to shake the armor loose
Hmm.
and make it pretty much fall down. Now, what's the spacing between these armors? Is it as here or is it
No,
close together?
It's exactly as is. There's about 15 foot between each set of full plate armor.
Okay. All right. So at this point, he would kind of pop out. He would kind of make the armor kind of shake it and make it kind of fall over.
Okay, so what I'm going to get you to do, because it technically does not have a performance stat, because it's your thing, roll me a performance, but roll me it from your sheet. Yeah, so that's a really good performance. So you start doing that, it starts throwing the armor around, and the moment that happens, that causes a lot of noise. And because this is a big room, the sound of loads of metal clanking against stone and metal is it's very loud. It echoes out. I would say that individuals in this room and individuals out in the corridor would hear all the clamoring of metal. So the distraction is starting to work. At this point, the vampires seem to rush over to what they see is causing the noise. Frederick momentarily loosens his grip on Xana and turns on and goes, "What in the name of fuck? What is going on?"
And in full distraction, so he's basically is an undead specter, right? A
Yes.
former an undead vampire. So at this point, I can imagine his features very very grisly, and basically they could identify his kind of attire, right, of
Yeah.
his afterlife. So he just kind of almost give if he can make a sound, just kind of make this kind of like gargled noise and such, and kind of pop up in the air as is this room like still 12 feet? Like, is it still like, or is it like a high ceiling?
Oh no, this is the
room?
same room as all the others. This is a 60-foot room because
Okay.
these are very big. These are very very big ballistas.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. So basically, I would say that part of distraction to get from Hosanna is to at least fly at least about 30 feet in the air and just kind of like do almost like a wailing sound
Right.
as
Okay.
movement and take an action as a dodge action.
Okay. So that's going on. The vampire guards seem to be really agitated by this. They don't actually have any like what's it called? They don't have any ranged weapons. At this point, the people that are guarding this door kind of hear what's going on. They're like, they need to know what's going on. They kind of abandon their post because they don't see a reason, not to. I'm gonna roll a dice to see if the other guy will do it. Yeah, that one. So yeah, he would go in and see what the fuck's going on with all the clamoring and noise. Xana, the grip
Yes.
has been momentarily loosened. So roll me another athletics or acrobatics now to see if you can escape Frederick's grip. Right, I'm gonna roll Frederick's. No, he's still holding on to you, and he's shouting out like, "Someone just get a bow! There's fucking bows over there! Just get a crossbow and deal with it! It's just a fucking ghost! You're vampires in a fucking castle! You could deal with a ghost!" What is your reaction towards this, Xana?
If you let me go, I can help deal with the ghost.
Make me a persuasion. Because he's pissed off at you.
Nope.
Let me... I'll still roll an insight against it, just to see. Oh, he actually did really bad as well. So, he doesn't let you go, because you don't beat him, but he looks at you, and he's like, Listen, are you just fucking simple or do you not know how to count? Just fucking tell me now.
I guess I just miscounted.
Roll me a deception. Well, I'm gonna roll his wisdom and we're gonna see if he believes you. You know what? That's close enough that I would say, well, you don't technically beat it. He's kind of pissed off at what's going on, so he will let go of your wrist, and he would say, "Fucking deal with whatever that is, and then maybe I won't have you fucking lashed for this stupidity." You are no longer grappled.
I will search for a crossbow.
Roll me investigation to find a crossbow.
Maybe I am simple-minded.
You're struggling, you can't see one. You're looking around, fucking Frederick is looking more pissed off at you as this is happening. So, Reiwa.
I am actively moving away from him while I have the chance.
Reiwa, you hear a bunch of fucking clamoring and metal sounding going on in that other room. People are shouting now. You heard outside guards like trudge their way over into the other door and doors slamming. What do you do?
Immediately, I want to first see if any of the party's gear has been transferred in here as well.
Okay. So you go towards it. Yeah, you think that's open? It's locked. Good job, buddy.
Did they take my thieves' tools off of me?
Yes, they did.
Fair.
What's your solution for this?
Fuck it. I assume the red armor is the wait, which armor is the one that looks like what the lion, the lamb, whatever, talked about?
That one. The red armor is just like the stuff that you were taking off to put on Frederick.
Key. Does it look like I can carry it easily on my own?
Not easily. You look like you could carry it on your own. It wouldn't be easy, and it would be very hard to carry this stealthily. This is plate mail. This is like a full set of plate mail. Carrying it around is not going to be quiet. It's going to be incredibly hard to carry this quietly without it jingling and jangling and making noises.
Interesting.
Roll me intelligence, please. Right. So as you're looking at that and you're thinking about it, you start to try to think a bit logically. If that chest is locked, there's got to be a key for it, right? You haven't made any attempt to look for a key. Should you consider looking for a key?
Go straight to his desk.
Roll me an investigation. Yes. So you start looking for his chair across the table. You start looking through the drawers. You find a lot of writings, a lot of ink quills. You find like bits of bones, but you don't see anything in any of the drawers. But then in kind of a moment of frustration, you kind of flip over the book that's on the table, and sure enough, there's a key right there underneath the book.
Mine.
So you grab a hold of the key. You're going to try to use the key?
Yeah.
Yes, sure enough, the key does work. You pop open the lock. You open the case itself, the chest. You look inside, and sure enough, yeah, there's all your gear in there. There also seems to be a very large long sword in a strange hilt. That seems to have locks on the hilt.
Weird. I'm getting my shit back.
So you get your shit back. Are you going to take the strange sword?
Yes.
Okay, so what I want you to do is add for your equipment. Add add the lion's sword.
Okay.
Are you going to try to carry all of your team's equipment?
No.
What are you trying to grab specifically?
My stuff.
Right, get all of your equipment back. All the equipment that you had previously, before you got put in this dungeon, you have all that stuff back now.
Okay.
Right, well...
The others
what's
have to come back for their stuff on their own.
So-
Because I physically could not carry all of it.
Yeah, so what's the plan now? Like, you've pilfered the key, you've got in there, you've got the lion's sword, and you've got all your stuff back. What's next for you, buddy?
Going to Disney World.
No, but seriously, what are you going to do?
Yeah. I don't know why that response of I'm going to Disney World is like programmed into my brain whenever I hear, what are you going to do next?
I mean, it's a fair response.
I am going to just kind of stick my head out through the door and see if I can spot any of my knuckleheads.
You see no one. You would remember that they were set to be hiding behind the wall, so that none of the vampires could see them. You can definitely see that the guards that were outside that room seem to be gone, and the guards that were outside that room seem to be gone.
I have a dumb idea.
Oh yeah, let's go.
That's what my dumb idea was. I was going to use my newly restolen longbow and just shoot an arrow kind of at like the cobblestone or the carpet where I know roughly they were.
Okay, so what to do is just roll me an attack. I'm going to make it very, very easy, but... Well, not easy, but I'm going to make it a decent AC to try and get it that far, to get it exactly where you want to go. So roll me just a straight attack with the long... Yeah, you know what? I was going to say about a 15, 16. So you plonk the arrow right there, in nearabouts where Zalfa is. Zalfa, Lorelei, you see an arrow suddenly hit the ground there. The elf with you looks at you and goes... I don't know if that's good or bad. They may have spotted us.
Yeah. Okay. I'll peek around the corner.
That is probably a good assumption.
I'm basically just doing the come here gesture with my hand.
Come here.
And then I'll use
roll,
the thumbs up.
roll me an insight, Zephyr.
I was gonna say, very briefly, he does put his hands up like over his head, one finger from each hand sticking up like, I'm the horned one.
yeah, you can just about work out that, oh yeah, that vampire saying to come there, and now he's holding his hands up like horns. Oh yeah, that's Reiwa, that's Reiwa.
What a strange person.
Okay. Question, as I get closer here, do I see the door open here?
Which door? Sorry, pink?
The one to the armory, I think.
No, those are shut. They slammed them behind them.
Okay. All right. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna see the door, and I'm going to just cast minor illusion, the cantrip, on the door, like basically kind of like putting like another door in front of the door.
You're putting a door in front of a door. Okay.
Right. So basically, if you open it, they see another door. So.
Okay. All right. Right. So you have done that. What's your spell save DC? Just put it in, just in case I need them.
16.
16. All right. Wonderful. I'll try to remember that, but I might ask you.
That's fine.
But yeah. So you have done that. There is a door in front of a door behind a door, more accurately. What are you gonna do now?
I'm gonna see if I can stealthily walk, or kind of at a decent pace, stealth across.
All right. Roll me a stealth. Yeah, that's good enough. That beats the passive perception of the individuals on the inside, so you can move as you want to.
And I'm gonna do that as a dash, so I can get. I was right here or here.
don't need to worry about thinking about how much you move too
Okay.
much. I've not put you in a situation where I've
Ah.
asked you to roll initiative, so
Okay.
I'm not too worried about that. So
Okay.
Yet.
yeah.
So I'll get here and I'll ask him, hey, dude, what's going on?
Your shit's in the chest. Grab it, and we need to grab the armor.
Cool. All right, I got you, bro. All right. And I will go to the chest. And what do I see in the chest?
So in the chest is all of the equipment that your team has had before. So anything that your team has had as a part of equipment, it's in there. The only thing
Okay.
that's missing is literally the stuff that Reiwa has taken. So you don't
Okay.
actually know about the lion sword. So you don't know about that at the moment. But
Right.
you know that Reiwa has his bow again. You could definitely tell that, and he's had arrows because he shot one. So his stuff is missing, but you see everyone else is in there.
Okay. All right. So I'll definitely take my shield. Do I see a component pouch or anything like that for Lorelei?
Lorelei, did you have a component pouch?
No.
Or anything that allows her to do her magic?
She's been using her magic pretty freely. I don't think she needs a component.
Never forget, a Psy Mage doesn't need shit.
Yeah.
They just need their brain.
That's what I was thinking. That her whole gimmick is everything just doesn't have material cost.
So yeah. So at this point, yeah, just go ahead and grab whatever backpacks I see or packs. And there, in this room, is there something? Is there like a halberd or a staff of some sort?
Roll me a perception check.
All right.
Did
Ugh.
anyone have any of those items? Did anyone here have a staff or a halberd or anything along those lines?
Nope.
Then no. The answer is no. There are no.
Okay.
There are none of those things in there.
Okay. So what I'm gonna try and do, I'm going to try and, as much as I want to take my armor with me, I have to leave it behind if we want to get this bigger piece out. So I'm gonna try and take the armor off the rack
Mm-hmm.
and kind of put a backpack or two in between, just so it kind of muffles the sound a bit.
Okay, all right. I get what you're trying to do. Would you be able to carry a full set of plate without being over encumbered?
At this point, yes, I do have. This here, my strength was a 13, so I should be able to carry. The most I can carry is about 195. So what I have now, I don't really have much on.
Okay.
And if Raywood can help me carry some of the backpacks for everyone else, then yes, then I should be able to carry that. I think
Okay.
armor is like 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Full plate.
Full plate, yeah.
So yeah, so I should be able to carry with no issues. If Raywood can help me carry some backpack or two.
Okay, well that's not a problem. If you can actually physically carry it, then I will allow you to physically carry it.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I'll do that, and yeah, because I'll leave my armor behind, which I'm big sad about.
Okay, we're gonna just for a moment go back to what's going on with Xana. Xana, Frederick is furiously staring at you, as you are stumbling around. He shouted at you, "Just get the fucking crossbow! It is not that fucking hard. We are in an armory."
I rush over to the crates to see if, because I could have swore I saw one in there, and I start looking.
Roll me a perception check. No. You're up the crates. Roll me an investigation check. No. I listed what's in those crates. I never said anything about bows.
I know. I'm just saying.
I know.
Like
I know.
in a character.
I know. So you can't see a fucking single weapon that is of range over there. One of the other vampires though has taken a ranged weapon has taken a longbow, so I'm just gonna roll dex to see if it can fucking hit the ghost. No, it misses. So it grabs it and is starting to shoot it. Frederick is fuming. You don't need a high perception or investigation to see that he is fucking pissed off about what's going on, and he
So-
starts to like forcefully step his way towards you, Xena.
Oh
I-
god.
I want to see if he can dive bomb,
Okay.
and it's just right. So could just kind of like be like full on ghost, and just kind of like hands wailing in the air, and just kind of dive bomb these guys. Still taking. So he has 50 movement, right? So I just want to kind of dive bomb a little bit, not like maybe about 10 feet on their heads, and kind of swirl around a little bit,
But you're
and still
not going to
take.
attempt to attack them all.
No. At this point, pure diversion. So he's just going to go ahead and take again the dodge action. So yeah,
Okay.
so he's just dive bombing where he can, and just in the air, roughly about 30, 35 feet in the air.
What is the AC of that, by the way?
Of the ghost.
Yeah.
It's not high. His AC is 12,
All right, so that 14 would hit, right?
but at disadvantage though because he's taking the dodge action.
Ah, yes. Okay, so I'll roll it again. Dexterity. Yeah, the 9 now would miss, so he that one is still trying to fire away at it, and is still missing. Frederick is not fucked about the ghost, but is very fucked about Xana, and has gotten that close to you now. Xana, he is literally storming his way towards you. He is furious. You can see the anger in his eyes. His eyes have turned like full vampiric red in fury at you fucking around.
I move back over to the racks to keep searching.
Roll me
Question.
another investigation.
I have a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
How much knowledge would this ghost have of armory?
None.
Like none. What, but of siege weaponry or any weaponry? None. Okay.
Okay, you managed to find among those racks. I didn't say that there wasn't like bows or anything, but hey, I mentioned there's javelins there, so you could grab some javelins if you want to try to throw a javelin at him.
Yeah, you know what weapon you should look for? A blowgun.
There are no blowguns. I specifically said nothing about a fucking blowgun in here.
I take the javelin.
Okay.
How the fuck do you spell javelin? Oh, it's an E.
Javelin.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
What's the range on these?
30 feet.
30.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, you're well outside of this.
Yeah, I am. So I take the javelin, and I would move my 45 feet
Okay.
to try and get in range.
Okay.
Do
While
you jump
you
on top
do
of the crates and try and mess up the crates?
While you do this, the vampire loads another bolt in his light cross, and because again, it is still at disadvantage, but a 15 still hits. So I'm gonna roll 1d8 plus 4. So the arrow hits it and does 10 damage to. Boy, it's 10 piercing damage. So I know you probably have some resistances.
Yeah. Sorry, give me a second here.
Because it's not
Damage
magical.
resistance is to piercing. Yeah, I have resistance to piercing, so he'll take a 5.
Yeah, he takes 5 of that.
Okay.
Yeah, as I'm moving past this crate, I bump against it to knock it over. Or attempt to knock it over.
Roll me athletics.
And still causing a mess here, he's going to fly. He's going to go ahead and fly. Use in the corporeal movement
Yeah.
to go through the siege engines, take position hiding behind one, and still take and also take the dodge action as well.
Okay, so he's still taking the dodge action.
Yeah,
At
but
this
yeah. So
point,
he's
another vampire runs to get a light crossbow and some bolts. So, you, Xana, as you went past, you have knocked that over. Roll me a deception.
Oh my god.
Alright, I'm going to roll insight for Frederick. I'm going to do it in... Yeah, I was going to do it so everyone can see. So, he speaks 17. So, he just thinks you're a fucking klutz at the moment. He's like, where are you fucking going? You're throwing all of our goods across the fucking place.
Okay, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna apologize to him. Tell him that I'm profusely sorry. I was trying to get in position to hit the ghost, and I attempted to throw the javelin at him at disadvantage since it took the dodge
Yes,
action.
so roll it with, I believe javelins you can either use dex or strength.
I
So
thought it was just
is
strength,
it
honestly.
just strength? I thought it was
Maybe.
dex or strength. Let me,
No, don't think so.
because it's a
Because-
thrown weapon.
because I know paladins use them and barbarians use them a lot, but I don't know if they're dex. I have no idea actually.
Okay, hold on. If a weapon has a thrown property to make a range attack, if the weapon is a melee weapon, you use the same ability modifier for the attack roll damage.
So it would be strength.
Yeah, so do it with strength, please.
Okay. Hang on
So
one
the
second.
javelin
Adjust this then.
specifically is not versatile.
It's not a finesse weapon.
Okay.
So you still hit. So roll damage. That's 7 piercing, but it's not actually 7 because of it's it's immune.
Yeah.
Resistances is what I was looking for. You're gonna get then 2 crossbow bolts going for it. The 17 hits.
Question: so the one that missed, would it hit the actual armament, the actual siege weapon
No,
itself?
because it's too low. If it had gotten a 10, then I would have said yeah, it would have hit the siege weapon because I would have the standard AC of the siege weapon itself being 10. But because it didn't, and that's another 3 from the from one of the bows.
Okay. So then he's being hit pretty hard. He would fly. He would fly. Let's see. He's still pretty close down. Let's see here. What can he do? He's gonna fly here. He's gonna go. He's gonna go over there.
Is he flying in the air? Is he flying on the ground?
He's flying. He's flying through. He's gonna fly through the machines.
But is
using
he
a-
flying in the air or is he on the ground?
No. On the air. Here, he has no walking speed. He has nothing but flying speed. Yeah, so he's flying.
How far in the air is he up?
At this point, he's gonna go. He's roughly about 20 feet. So yeah, so he's keeping that 20 feet
Okay, right, okay.
because I'm assuming these things are pretty massive, like 20 feet tall.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So he's gonna attempt to still also to hide behind cover and also take the dodge action.
Okay, the ones with the bows are gonna they're gonna just move up to try and get into a better position. Frederick is shouting orders for you to throw another javelin at it, Xana.
Okay. I will throw another javelin. It did take the dodge action, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So both those hits.
So both of them.
Xana's misses.
Yep.
So roll 2d8 plus 8. That's gonna be 6 damage from the 2 crossbows going.
Okay.
Right, we're gonna move back down to Reiwa and Zalfa. So Reiwa and Zalfa, you've managed to secure both of your equipment, except Zalfa, you don't have your armor. You do have your shield though, and you've managed to pack up the other suit of armor. So just put in your equipment full plate armor. We'll know what that's for. You notice as you're packing it up that this does match the description of the armor that the lamb requested you to take. It has it's like a dark silvery color with gold edging around it. It has a very regal looking red cape. You notice as you're packing it away that the red cape seems to have some kind of sigil on the back that seems like a stylized silver dragon.
Neat.
Okay.
What are you two doing?
We're gonna book it. Given that minor there, I'm gonna go a little bit slower. Given that I'm carrying so much armor, and just go like just basically go slower than I was in right over here.
Okay. Rayro, what are you doing? Are you gonna follow as well, or?
Yep.
Question: do we see the other door down there?
This
South
door?
of us.
Yeah, you would. That's what you can assume might be the way up.
I want to go south. I want to go down here.
Go down then.
Do I hear anything at all?
Roll me a perception check. You hear a lot of commotion going on in the big armory room. You hear that for sure. You don't hear anything coming on the other side of this door.
I'm gonna go and signal Reiwa to see if he can open the door, since he's still clad in the full uniform in guise. I'll step to the side.
Can I open this door?
Yes, you can.
Do I want to open this door?
That's up to you.
Does it sound like there's anyone on the other side of it?
You roll me a perception check. Yeah, it seems kind of quiet. You're very distracted over the large clamoring of noise going on in the big armory.
I will open it.
Okay, you open the room. There is nothing in there, except there is a staircase. We are going to move back to the other room though, I'm afraid. So, I want you to throw me another javelin there, Xana. Remember, at disadvantage, because it is doing its dodgy thing. And I'm going to do...
Can I still move again?
Not right now, no.
Okay.
Right, so... I'll roll. +4. That's 5 damage from the crossbows.
Okay.
Xana, I do want you to roll me another good old javelin, though.
Can you
Okay.
do it with
Probably not.
less gusto?
Can you hit it? Did you hit it? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
She
roll
hits.
damage for me. I'm guessing 4 is enough to kill it. Again.
Yep. Yep. He's gone. He only had 2 HP left.
He disappears. His ghostly corporeal form fades away as it drops to the ground. Frederick is fucking pissed off by everything. He is muttering vampiric curses at everyone, claiming that everyone is fucking useless and that dealing with any of you is a waste of his time, that he's a member of the Crimson Guard and he shouldn't be fucking here with all this. And then he storms towards the door. So you had a door behind a door, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yes. Yes. I basically it was once you open the door, another door would appear.
Alright, so what kind of check do I do to see if that's fake?
Tara, would you?
I think it says in Minor Illusion. I think it says.
Actually, no. It might.
Because I remember seeing it for Galahad. Investigation, intelligence, DC 16. It doesn't have investigation, so I'll just roll with straight intelligence at normal. He doesn't know if it's magic. It seems strange. He knows that there's a lot going on with the castle to try and keep it more defendable, though. So he just pulls open the other door, and I imagine it falls apart as it's an illusion.
Yeah. So at this point,
We
Even though-
try to book it inside.
yeah, I think we,
He storms out. Roll initiative.
Like everyone, or
Everyone. You got 15. Oh, he didn't appear on the thing though. Oh. That's weird. I had him clicked. Add turn. 15. There we go. And then I'll roll. Characters. Oh, not great. And then I'll roll meals, because I don't have meals. Meal did really well though. Right. Descending. Right, Reiwa. It's your turn. You've seen that vampire that you helped put the armor on has very, very angrily thrown the second door open and sees you and more importantly sees Zalfa and shouts out, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to be on this floor."
I still look like one of them, so I might not be fucked yet.
You might not be fucked, but you notice his hand is like on the hilt of his weapon, which is in fact a long sword.
Do we just go for a Jenga moment, or should I keep this up?
That's up to you. Do you is now Jenga or is now? Yeah, what are you doing here, criminal scum? Stop right there, criminal scum.
I'm gonna keep playing the role.
So what are you gonna do?
I'm going to make like I'm trying to grapple Zolfer.
Are you going to actually grapple him, or are you gonna make like you're gonna grapple him?
I'm actually going to grapple.
Yeah, then grapple them, please. So do me your athletics against his athletics or acrobatics. Actually, this is the time you kind of want to be failing it. So that's that. Yeah. He's really putting up a good fight. Are there any other?
I'm gonna go with it.
Are there any other like actual actions you want to do, or is your turn actually going to be about staging that you're trying to arrest him?
Dude, tell him there's more of us. There's more of us coming from the stairwells.
Roll me a stealth check for that.
We wouldn't even argue that he's pretty far away to hear that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a harder one, but I still want to know how well you whisper it, because you could nat one and scream that. No, see, you're good, but I just wanted to make sure, because the nat ones can always happen, and this guy, unlike the others, has a very good passive perception.
Then I will say there are more of them coming from the stairwells.
Roll me a persuasion. At advantage because he thinks you're with him, so we'll play that part as well. So.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, he instantly believes that there are more coming from the stairwells. Are there anything else you actually want to do though, Reiwa?
Did the grappling count as like action?
Yeah, because a grapple would be an action.
Okay.
So you've still got a bonus action though.
I'm not going to spend it because agitating the swarm is going to blow my cover.
Yeah, that's true. It might. It won't. No, it won't necessarily blow your cover, but it definitely could blow your cover.
So I don't know how many of these people have Fey spirits helping them out.
That's true. You haven't seen any, certainly.
So I'm not going to take my bonus. I'm just going to end my turn.
Right. Emil hears what's going on. Emil is not prairie to any plans. Emil moves down to here.
Oh, no.
Sees the vampire man and will attempt to do something to him. Let's see. She does have her stuff ready, so she's going to attempt to guiding bolt the vampire man. And I think that actually still hits. Let me check his AC. Thanks for boosting his AC, by the way.
Yeah.
Very well. I actually had it. So that just hits now. It's going to do it at level 1. So
Oh, well.
14 radiant damage to him. Can you all see his health bar and see how much that's done?
Yeah.
Wonderful. It is now Frederick's turn. He sees Emil and he goes, "You're correct. There are more coming from the stairs." And he's gonna use all of his movement to get closer, and is going to use he's going to draw his sword, and he's gonna hold an action of if anyone he sees as an enemy gets close enough to him, he's going to strike them. Zolfa, it's your turn. You're being faux grappled by this devilish monster next to you, this evil vampire. So what are you going to do about it?
Well, at this point, since we're playing around, since I beat his grapple, I'm going to
Just glass him.
just
Fucking uppercut him.
just kind of just kind of like be the dramatic. Dude, you should never hold me, haha.
Unhand me, you fiend.
Hey, my mother is a fiend.
And at this point, did we take? Was there a short rest coming to this floor?
No,
No.
there wasn't, because it
No,
wasn't
okay.
as there wasn't as many stairs between this floor and the previous floor.
I think I had my crossbow out. I can't remember.
I'll let you choose what weapon to have out.
I
Okay.
think it was crossbow.
Yeah. So at this point, yeah, I'll just bring out the crossbow and take
Ah,
2 shots. Go ahead.
There's a problem there though.
Mhm.
You told me you're holding your shield.
That's right. That's
So
right.
you
Yeah. So
cannot hold a light crossbow or a heavy
Yes.
crossbow.
yeah. So at this point, then so then I will stow the shield and
Doesn't it take a minute to stow a shield?
no, I think it's considered as a free action, or
No,
then I'll
no,
just
'cause
drop it then.
I'm pretty sure Daniel got me on this in one of our games where I went.
Well, I think it was something else, but in this case, no, in this case, I can just drop it.
It takes 1 action to don or doff a shield, but you
Right.
can drop it as a free action.
Then I will drop the shield as a free action.
Okay, yep, you drop your shield, so obviously you lose that extra AC.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got the don and doff. It is an action to don and an action to doff a shield.
Okay. And in this case, I'll take 2 shots with the heavy crossbow. First shot.
Go ahead. That
No.
misses. It hits his armor. That misses. It hits his armor.
Damn
Yeah.
you, Raywa.
He has a 20 AC. When
I figured.
before you put extra armor on him, he had an 18 AC. But
Probably there's much else I could do without getting
No.
ganked.
There really wasn't, honestly. But like this was something I'd put in that if you took too long to fight him, or if someone aided him, I didn't really see the aiding part happening, to be honest, but it did. He would gradually put more armor on, so he's at 20 AC at the moment. But Zalfa, you tried and you missed. You want to move or?
Yeah, I'm going to pretend I broke free
Mm-hmm.
from Raywa, and I'm making a I'll run for him right there.
Roll me a performance check. So I want to see your how well the performance of you breaking free looks.
Okay.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm gonna roll an insight for him to see. Oh, he's starting to be a bit suspicious. I looked a bit. I didn't look. There's something a bit weird about that. But anyway, if that is your turn, we will turn over to Xena. Xena, you're kind of in a bad place because you're still in this room with a bunch of vampires.
Yeah. Do we hear the commotion going on outside?
No.
Okay, I will go back up here and start picking up supplies.
That's your turn then. You're picking up supplies.
Yeah, I'm trying to get myself far away from everyone else so I don't get my ass kicked.
Right. So your elf friend is gonna see that one of your people come around. They're gonna move around. They're gonna look at Frederick. They're gonna realize that they notice what his armor is, and will loudly say, "Oh no, we may have fucked up. This guy, he's a Crimson Guard. That's really not fucking good. All right, dump what you got into him." She waves both of her hands around for a moment, and you notice the energy starts to gather around them, and then she gives him the good old Eldritch Blast, and the first one misses. Second one misses as well. Lorelei, it's your turn.
Oh boy. Well,
This is where Emil dies.
yeah.
It's about damn time.
Bless time.
Myself, those three.
Those three. Alright, I will do the little...
I see how it is.
You're not within range!
I see how it is.
This isn't an infinite range spell! Right, there we go. So they have been blessed. Is there anything else you would like to do?
I'll interpose.
Oh, heroic.
Foolish.
Right. Reiwa, it is your turn.
Howdy.
You have seen the, your elven friend has sent magical blasts at him that seem to be just smashing into his armor but not doing anything. Oh, wait, hold on. He got hit by a,
Guiding bolt.
guiding bolt. I just realized that. You need to remind me about these things, guys. I'll say that was one Eldritch Blast then, and that would be the one at advantage. And I'll do another one. Just to see. Oh no, that one misses as well, so it's fine. We're fine, you guys. But yeah, it is your turn, Reiwa. So I don't know if you want to keep the game up or not, but you notice that guy's got quite strong armor, and he looks like he's advancing upon people over there.
Don't know if there's any use in keeping the charade going.
That's up to you.
Oh. Okay. Okay. There are no great options.
No great options. All fucked.
At least I finally got my actual quiver back, so I'm back to a reasonable amount of arrows.
Yeah.
This has gotten fucked.
I mean, you guys did actually way better than I thought you would do. Honestly.
That is a low bar to clear.
Well, because I thought you were gonna trigger the entire fight. Like I thought you were gonna trigger all of the vampires, and you were gonna trigger Frederick. But you basically only triggered Frederick at the moment. So
I'm going to gather my swarm, or agitate the swarm.
agitate the swarm, bonus action. Yeah. Roll me a wisdom save. I want to see if you can do it. It's going to be a DC 11 for everyone now because you managed to push through quite a lot. So yeah, you 100% can do it.
The swarm is going. I'm going to shoot him, but I want to make it look like I was shooting at them and just missed.
Right,
Really,
roll me a performance check.
because he already thinks I'm a moron.
Oh no, you're not gonna hide this.
Also, now he thinks I'm a dick.
No, now he thinks you're working with them. So roll the attack like you normally would, though. You crit, so that's good. So roll me that damage.
Oh boy. Jesus.
Right. So the force damage, that's 3 force damage.
And with the swarm, I can pull him 5 feet toward or away from me.
Do you wish to pull him 5 feet toward or away from you?
Yes, 5 feet toward.
Wonderful. So your arrows, are they magical in any way?
Currently, no.
Right, so that is halved. So 16 halved, 5, 7, 8. You would notice that his armor gives him resistance. Or his own ability, his own skin gives him resistance to non-magical weapons. Because he is, in fact, a vampire. Shocker, I know.
To cut off his skin.
I mean, yeah. If you could do that, that would be fantastic, actually. Roll me your second arrow.
Oh, right, I get 2 of those.
Yeah.
I'll remember how my class works
Oh,
eventually.
look at that. That's
The great dichotomy of me.
Yeah, that's the balancing act right there. Is there anything else you want to do, or is that it?
I have a good bit of movement speed. I might Zoidberg my way out of line of sight. Actually, I'm not going to go out of sight. I'm going to get behind a better target.
Alright, so you go and bravely hide behind your friend.
Reiwa sees that one shot did okay. One shot did the opposite.
Okay then, on that note, it's Emil's turn. Emil sees that the guy is Emil senses that the guy is very close and doesn't want to be close. So they're going to try to go and join you guys. So I'm gonna move down to there. When they get there, they are going to attempt to Sacred Flame the individual. So let's get that up. Emil, Sacred Flame. That's a DC 15 dex save. Oh, he actually fails. So he takes the full 7 radiant damage. As the radiant flames flicker around him, he swears, annoyed by the pain of the fire. It is, in fact, his turn now. He doesn't actually gain any health back because, hey, he took radiant damage, you guys. But he is pissed off about something. So
I feel like it's about many things at this point.
he is pulling the sword free, dashing all the
Through
way
the
down. Because you've betrayed him. He's pissed you betrayed him.
Technically, I did not, because betray implies I was on his side.
Zalfa, it's your turn.
I mean, you did help him with his armor.
You can't prove that.
All right.
However, it's not your turn because he has legendary actions.
Of course it does.
So he's going to make an unarmed strike against Reiwa. Taking his hand off of his longsword for a moment, he is going to attempt to bitch slap you. Does a 19 hit you, Reiwa?
Yeah.
Please take 7 bludgeoning.
Cool. I still have temp health, so.
Now it's your turn, Zolfa.
Okay. Going to go ahead and use. I'm going to use Wall of Water
Okay, exactly.
on him.
How are you going to put it on him?
Yes. I'm going to just kind of with my crossbow, just kind of focus it and just have like water just kind of rise up above his feet. Just have him engulfed in water.
Okay, so just
Um,
around him like that, you want?
that and also I want to make it to where let me see here because it can be up to what 60. Hold on.
Yeah, so 60 feet range.
If it's range,
Okay,
30-foot wall. So basically, I want to see if we could like, if can we make it like a dome with him like in it, like so right. So he's on one part of the dome, but want to kind of expand it. Let me see if I can draw an arrow.
Yeah, draw it out for me. Use the draw shape thing.
So right. So basically, it's here. I think it's what it's a 30. Hold on.
You can make
The
the wall
wall
up to 30 feet long.
20 feet in diameter. So right. So I want to have it right here, like just like this. So basically, like it starts within here and expands outward in a dome.
Okay, so kind of like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I'll allow that.
Okay.
But that doesn't really like actually affect him, does it?
Well, actually, it would because unless he has a swimming speed, his attacks would be a disadvantage.
His attacks would be at disadvantage. Okay, cool.
Uh,
So that's your action. Do you have a bonus action or any movement you want to do?
bonus actually movement. Let's see here. We came into this fight with. Yes, I came to this fight with nothing really. I'm gonna move.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the attack, which I'm
Yep.
probably sure.
It's going to be
That's
a
gonna-
disadvantage though because of the water, so I'll do that now. He'll just do it as
Actually, I'm going to go ahead and go into the water. I'm gonna kind of dance around him,
Okay.
go into the water, and kind of and go outward, go over
Okay.
here.
He's still going to try to swing for you. He'll put his hand on the long sword and try to go. Does an 18 hit you?
It does.
That is 12 slashing damage.
Okay.
There is blood in the water.
Oh, and I have to roll a concentration because
Oh
of
yes,
the water.
yes you do. But it's a 10 DC, so you should be fine.
You say that.
He's fine. Right. Is that all what you want to do, Zolfa?
That's all I can do. I have nothing left.
Okay. Xana, it's your turn, but it's not your turn because he still has legendary actions, and he still doesn't like Reiwa. So he's going to attempt to slap Reiwa with an unarmed strike. 13 misses you, though, because of him being in the water, so he tries to hit you through it, but is annoyed by it. Xana, it is now actually your turn.
Okay. Do the guards look like they're doing anything, or are they just kind of like milling about now?
They're all kind of shouting at each other about the ghost and how it could have gotten in there and what exactly it is. Whether or not it's one of theirs, but if it's one of theirs, why was it messing with them? They seem distracted at the moment.
Okay, what about the guards at the door?
They're kind of the same thing. They're shouting at each other and they're kind of itching a little bit closer each time to try and join the confusion and the argument of what's going on. No one seems to be paying attention to you.
Okay, I am going to try and make my way. I'm going to make my way around the crates and try and make my way towards the door.
Okay. You're gonna dash.
Sure. I shouldn't have done that one. So, down to there.
Yep. It is now your friendly elf's turn, and the elf's gonna move 30 feet down to there. And when you try to do attack, any range that enters the wall space has disadvantage on the attack. So they are going to try their Eldritch Blasts again at Frederick. But obviously, he's in there, so it is a ranged attack, so it is at disadvantage.
Well, it's the energy. It's magic, right?
It's still a ranged attack.
Okay.
Because while it's a ranged spell attack, it's still a ranged magic attack, so I'm going to count it as... Because you're still trying to blast through water, essentially. A D4 wouldn't matter. A D4 wouldn't matter. She is... aggressively muttering curses in Sylvan. If anyone knows Sylvan, you know that she's swearing about the water. Lorelei.
Oh, if only I was there to hear it.
Lorelei, it is your turn.
Alrighty. What do?
What do?
What do indeed?
I'm moving there. I'm going to just take the dodge action.
Okie dokie. It would be Raywell's turn, but it's not, because Frederick still has one more legendary action, so he's going to use the last one, because his turn's soon, to try and bitch slap you. A 16 still misses, doesn't it?
Matches,
It
because...
matches. Take 5 bludgeoning, please. Now it's your turn, Raywa.
Cool. He doesn't have a reaction since he attacked his all first,
He
so...
doesn't.
So long, fuckboy. I use my full 35 I get from Ranger bullshit to run.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Can I see through the wall of water, or is it like wall of fire where it's...
No, it's water.
See for it.
I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna drop a fairy fire on Frederick.
Okay. Is a fairy fire? It's not an attack. It's a save, isn't it?
Right, it's a dex save.
Dexterity save.
Okay.
Wisdom? Or
Dexterity.
yeah, dex.
DC 16. 15. So he does fail it.
Every attack against him is at advantage.
Mark that with red.
As he is shining a violet light for reasons.
It is, unless there's anything else you want to do, it's Emil's turn now. Is there anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's it.
Emil's going to move there 30. And is going to attempt to Sacred Flame it, because Sacred Flame is radiance. It is not fire, so it shouldn't actually get rid of the water. Smarts. DC 15, radiant 5 damage. It shouldn't be at disadvantage, I don't think. So he passes, so he does not take the damage. It is now his turn, so he's gonna step out of the water.
He still has the advantage on him, though.
Oh yeah, but he's gonna step out of the water because
Yeah.
Should Siggles take an extra 5 feet of movement to get out of there as well?
Yeah, because it is difficult terrain, so that is actually 10, and so he can actually go only 20. But he is gonna dash. I'm gonna have him use his action to dash because he is fucking pissed at Raywa. Right, Zolfa, it would be your turn, but no, it's not, because he still gets a his legendary actions recharged. So he's gonna try to unarmed strike you, but this time he's not gonna try to hurt you. He's gonna try and do the grapple action for it. So a 26 does hit you.
Mm-hmm.
You are now grappled by him. You can try to escape it, but it's a DC 18.
Do I have to wait for my turn to do that, or?
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't actually say. It just says that you grapple the target, escape DC 18. So the way I read that, it says that you grapple the target, then you succeed the grapple. So I would say you have to wait until your turn. Anyone wish to challenge me on that, I'm totally accepting of a challenge. I'm not just going to say that's how we're doing it.
No, that sounds about right.
If you could feasibly explain to me why you think that it wouldn't be essentially an auto grapple.
Shrug.
Well, guess what then? You're grappled. Zolfa, though, it is your turn.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and just drop concentration on the water.
Okay, so the water I'm gonna get rid of now.
And then do it for an attack. Just go 2 attacks straight.
Go for it.
Advantage.
They are advantage because of Fairy Fire. So that misses. That one hits. Roll damage. That's 7, and that's force damage, so he does take all of it.
That's minimal too. Ugh.
That is sadly minimal. Is there anything else you'd like to do? Any movement?
Yeah, I am going to move. Let me see here. He's there. I'm gonna move south. Right here. Okay. And that's it.
Right. Xana, it's your turn. But guess what? It's not your turn. Because Frederick now has his friend grappled. And he can use the rest of his actions to attempt to bite. So guess what? Fuck you. He's going to attempt to bite you. Does a 15 hit?
It misses.
It actually misses. So he tried to bite you and... You know what? I'm going to say it's the armor. I'm going to say you're wearing armor and he tries to bite you, but the armor gets in the way. But he now is out of legendary actions until his turn. So Xana, it is your turn.
Okay. So I will move to here.
So you've managed to get through the door, yeah. And you see what's
And
going on. You see down there that the man in red that was shouting at you seems to be grappling, like grabbing a hold of Raywa with one hand around him, like around his neck, and is try to bite into him, as you could see, but kind of bit into armor essentially.
This seems very normal.
Yeah, super normal. For you, for a vampire, yeah, actually.
For this party, it also seems very normal. And that is all I can do.
Okay. It is your elf friend's turn. She is going to move up her 30 and sees that the back is towards him. So, just clarify for me. How long is the constantly being at advantage?
Like a minute.
Either a minute or until I lose concentration. Because it's any creature in the area when it is cast.
Yeah,
If
yeah. That's
out,
what I was reading.
still-
That's what I was reading.
If they step out of it, they're still affected.
Right, well, Eldritch Blast time it is. And that misses, but no, even with a nat 4. 25 definitely hits, though. So that's 11 force damage to it. As finally she actually hits. And you're grappled, so that wouldn't affect, so I'm not going to bother. Lorelei, it's your turn. You see that the vampire in red has grappled Reiwa and seems to be holding on to him and tried to bite him. What are you going to do about that? You going to do anything about that? I mean, Reiwa kind of had it coming, but hey, no, you're not going to say that out loud.
Am I in range to do anything?
I don't know.
Not particularly. I guess I'll move forward and I'll dash actually to get close enough.
Ooh, daring.
And that's me.
Right, Reiwa, it's your turn. So bear in mind he is grappling you. So you do need to athletics or acrobatics out. The escape DC is 18. If you want to try to do that. But you can still technically attack, because remember grappled doesn't actually affect any of that, but you do have ranged weapon, so it would be at disadvantage.
It would actually be at neutral because
But the neutral because of
Yeah.
the
Yes,
fire.
of course, because he's...
if I wanted to just be a dipshit and try to shoot him in the head from point blank range.
I mean, there's nothing
Do it.
against that at that point.
I'm tempted to do it for the meme. I know that's a bad idea.
I mean, everything's a bad idea.
Honestly. Bonus action.
Mhm.
Hunt my concentrationless hunter's mark from favored foe.
Yep, wonderful. Let me do that. I kind of thought you were going to do that earlier, actually, but, you know, we have it done now. That is on him.
And just as a fuck you, point blank shot.
Go for it. 21 just hits. So roll me that damage. So he takes the full 3, but then he takes only 4 of that other one. As it hits him in like in the cheek and embeds itself, he kind of swears at you and says, "I do not know who the fuck you are, but I am going to enjoy ripping your fucking throat out."
I don't think I can push him 5 feet away from me. Well, it doesn't say in a straight line. It says-
Well, I mean, if you do, you'll go with him because you're grappled.
Yeah, I'm not even going to bother. And then I do a second point blank shot without the swarm.
Go for it. That meets. So yeah, that hits. So roll damage for me. So that only does 4 because I've been rounding. No, I've been rounding up. So that does 5.
So 5 and then the 4 from hunter's mark.
Yep. So I'm just gonna take away the 4 now. It's 4 because he takes the full 1 from that. So yeah.
You may not know who I am, but you won't live long enough to remedy that.
Right. So it's Emil's turn. Emil's gonna try and do the exact same thing. She's gonna move a little bit because I think he might be out of range for Sacred Flame. Let's read that 60 feet. Let me just double check because if she can do it without getting closer, she won't. Oh no, she's gonna definitely have to move closer.
Has she run out of guiding bolts?
No, but she doesn't want to waste all of them right now. Oh, she's
Ah,
just in
long-
range. She's
Long
just-
rest. Long rest characters.
Oh yeah. Right. So let's see if he can save that one. Dexterity. Oh no, he doesn't. He's got a +9. He's just been rolling really bad with us.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's scary.
So that has been done. And it is his turn now, and he's got you exactly where he wants you. So, let me see. What's going to be a bite? So he is going to try to bite at you. A 16 matches, doesn't it, Reiwa?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So that does 6 piercing, 9 necrotic. And your max hit points are reduced by the necrotic. So your max hit points go down by 9.
Okay.
And then he still gets another attack. So taking one hand, like he has one hand around your throat, the other hand on his sword, and he's going to try and stab you. And that misses. He just misses.
Yes. And concentration on fairy fire.
Yep. Yeah, you're still very much good. It is Zolfa's turn, but it's not Zolfa's turn because, hey, he recharged. So, of course, he's going to try and do more damage to you because he fucking hates you. That hits. Oh, that's a big one. That's 28 and minus 14 off your max health. Yikes. Zolfa, it's on you, buddy. But
Okay,
that did
alright.
use 2 of his actions to bite, so he's only got 1 left.
Okay. All right. So 2 shots at advantage.
Yep. That one definitely hits. Roll me some damage. Oh.
Minimal damage.
Oh, it's not going good for you guys, is it? 25 hits. Roll me some big damage. That's better. That's more like it. Right.
We'll move forward. About 20 feet. And that's about it. That's all I got.
Right. It would be Xana's turn, but it's not. It's Frederick's turn. And he sees that Ray was in a bad shape, but he sees that there's someone behind him. So he's going to try and backhand Lorelei. Does a 15 hit you? I don't think it does.
It does.
Oh, it does.
Yep.
Please take me 7 bludgeoning damage.
His backhand hits a barrier.
Ah, yeah. Okay. He hits the barrier and he turns his attention towards you as he notices the barrier. Xana, though, it is actually your turn now.
Okay. I will move up. And I will attempt to engage fisticuffs.
Attempt to engage fisticuffs. Go.
At advantage.
21.
That just hits, so roll damage. That's 7. That's magical now, isn't it? Because your fists are magical. So he takes the full damage from that.
Do you have any key points for setting strike?
I do not.
Damn. Okay.
That misses.
That's a miss. And bonus action.
You get 1 for free. That does just hit, so roll damage. That's 7.
We're rolling a lot of 7s.
No shit. I know.
Right. It's your elf's turn. They are going to move forward. And is there actually any other option I can do for them at the moment other than just Eldritch Blast? Don't think there really is that would work. No. Okay. So, yep, she's going to Eldritch Blast. 21 definitely hits. That's 9 Eldritch Blast damage. And then, fuck it, I'll do it again. 26 definitely hits. That's much bigger. You can see this time it's taken a lot from all of you, but he's starting to be worn down really badly. Lorelei, it is your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna do a thing.
Okay.
I am dropping concentration on Bless.
Okay.
Oh.
Remove the blesses.
I'm going to stick my hand out to Reiwa
Okay.
And I am going to cast Heroism.
Ooh.
What is your spellcasting ability modifier?
5.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say this is like a 5 to me.
And
This
then
was
I'm
one of
going
the spells. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I'm going to attempt to keep this guy's attention.
Okay. How are you gonna try to do that? What are you gonna try and do?
I'm going to taunt him. I'm going to be like, your fist couldn't even break my barrier. Pretty pathetic.
Throw me an intimidation.
I'm honestly expecting him to just go, "What the fuck even are you?"
Oh, he's not paying attention to it. Is that all of your turn? Yeah.
Nope, I'm going to move out.
Has he used his reaction? He hasn't used his
No.
reaction.
No.
So sure enough, he's gonna try to swing at you with his sword.
Go for it. Yep.
8 slashing, please.
He breaks my barrier.
What is the range on that? Is it 10 feet?
10 feet.
Yeah, so Reiwa and him will take it. So how much damage is it?
It's my level.
So 6.
6.
6, yeah.
Yep, so both of you take 6 damage, please.
Ray, how are you looking?
He's looking bad. He's looking the worst he's seen since he got knocked out by the Nightmare King.
I'm looking good, but not like I'm trying too hard.
Gotcha.
I may as well move a bit more.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, that's me.
Right. Reiwa, it's your turn.
I get that 5 temp hit points from heroism.
Yep.
Which was
For the 6 that I
probably
dealt to you.
exactly which was used up exactly.
I actually did not get it yet, so that damage went straight to my regular hit points.
Oh, okay.
I don't get the temp hit points from heroism till my turn starts.
Oh, that's right.
It is stupidly specific.
Well, you got something now.
You might be able to do this though. His health is very low, but
No,
your health is very
you see what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go for broke.
As
Just
you should.
look him in the eyes, and in Infernal, just straight up quote I think it's the Exorcist. Your mother sucks cock in the 9 hells.
Okay,
And 2 shots.
go for it. That definitely hits. So roll the damage. You should kill him.
Hunter's Mark plus Swarm.
You should.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. You managed to kill him. However, do you though? Because he is a vampire.
He's a roll forward. Yeah, he's roll forward.
Oh yeah, he's the straight up vampire.
But he did take radiant damage though.
1 second. I'm reading something. Give me 2 seconds.
You go for it.
Misty Escape starts to activate. So when it drops to 0 hit points outside its resting place, the vampire transforms into a cloud of mist instead of falling unconscious, providing that it isn't in sunlight or running water. It can't transform as destroyed. When it has 0 hit points in mist form, it reverts to its vampire form and must rest the place within 2 hours. Or yeah. So he is not dead, but he is mist.
That means I can go through him.
Yes.
I do still have movement since I'm not grappled now.
Yes, you do.
This is gonna be bad. I don't know. Would Reiwa in universe know about that aspect of vampires?
Roll me a history check.
No, but
You know that they could turn into mist. You don't know that happens when they die. You just know that it is an ability that vampires have been said to have to turn into mist.
Well, I say that. Xana would, in theory, know this and be able to just do away with it herself.
Quick, get a jar.
What actual bonus actions do I have? Not many. Okay. So I would not know that he's trying to reform himself.
No.
Okay, then Reiwa would remain where he is since he would not have a reason to suspect that.
Emil wouldn't know that, so it wouldn't. I mean, I'll roll a history check for her, and I'll see if she can maybe, like, if she does really high, she might know something about it. Oh, she nats it, so she would know that this is an attempt, and she tries to speak, and I'm gonna make a wisdom save to see if she can manage to speak. It'd be a very good time to know how to speak. Yes, she manages to break through and, like, just get him while he's in mist form. You can't. He's trying to reform. Get him now. Then, sure enough, it actually is his turn, so he can move 20 feet.
Would Xana get attack of opportunity?
I don't think so, because he's missed.
I don't think you can attack the mist.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
I think the ruling is more you have to break the coffin.
Yeah, you do.
So, yeah. Zolfar, it's your turn now, though.
Okay. I would say, should we follow it?
I respond by asking if anybody knows where his coffin is.
I do.
I was like, yeah, because I was in there. There was one inside the room.
That's where he's heading.
Okay. I'm going to dash. Actually, hold on. Cool. Question: these doors, are they still? Were these doors closed?
Which doors? The ones at the top?
Yeah, the armory.
Yes, they're closed.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Then in that case, yeah, he's gonna dash. Where's that?
When I was
And
earlier,
that's
did you
fine.
notice what his coffin seemed to be made of? Like, was it just a wooden coffin, or?
Roll me history, and I'll tell you what you can remember from it.
I am notoriously intelligent.
It looked like there was some wood. You're not 100% sure, though. So, Xana, it is your turn.
Okay. I will dash all the way in
Okay.
and wait until I can, or I can't do anything to actually investigate to see what it's made of.
Yeah, I'll let you do an investigation to take a look at it. Like, you're going over it, trying to see what it's made of.
Okay. I'm fucking stupid.
Kind of looks that wood. Coffins usually made of wood. Right. You got
Maybe he was right all along.
You got greedy. It is now the vampire guard's turn. They have heard something going on outside, and they're gonna rush out. So you got greedy, you guys. This guy manages to get here. He sees what's going on, and he shouts the rest of his group to come out immediately.
As is our way.
And you got greedy. This guy's gonna dash out. And then the others are all gonna move. Let me just I'll do them wave by wave. So 45, 55. You can get to there. You might want to run, guys. Say. And then I'll say that the others have to take some time to come through. The elf sees this and shouts out, Guys, I think maybe perhaps we should just fucking run. Then they're gonna move. 30. Get closer to the door. And they're gonna start slinging Eldritch Blasts. Gonna go for that guy there. So it's no longer at advantage. It's normal. 21. I do believe that most definitely gets their AC. Let me just double check. 17. Yep. So that does 12 damage. And guess what? She's smart. She has the thing that makes them go back 10 feet. So they go back 10 feet. And then she is going to do the second one at a different target. She's going to try and hit that guy. Try and do the exact same thing. 19 still hits. Ooh, that was big damage. That's 15. That's 15. That guy goes back 10 feet. As she hurls out the blast, she shouts, "Come on, I think it's time for us to fucking run!" Lorelei, it's your turn.
Alright. Yeah. I'll move towards the doors.
Good plan, good plan.
I guess I'll dash in.
Go ahead.
I say to one of the comrades if they can grab my shield on the ground.
I think the elf can see it, so she'll go, "Just fucking worry about running, I'll grab it."
That's me.
Okay, Reiwa, it's your turn. You're not looking great there, buddy.
Run away? Sounds good. Boy. I am making for the stairs, and I am going to give myself a good old cure wounds.
Give yourself the good touch. Just a little rub, just a quick one.
13, and then I'll get another 5 temp from heroism.
That's good.
I'm at 10 temp.
Okay, is that all for you then?
Yeah.
Right, it's Emil's turn. Emil sees what's going on. I don't think she's within range. Oh no, she is within range to Sacred Flame, that one. So she's going to attempt a fighting withdrawal. And is going to Sacred Flame the one at the top. Oh. And then the Vampire Guard needs to do a dex save. It failed. I don't know why it went straight to GM, but it did fail. And I will take away that. May only be 3, but hey, it prevents it from getting health back the next turn. And then she's gonna move her 30 feet towards the door. Frederick's misty turn. So he can actually move through the door because of being incorporeal. So he's gonna go to there. That's all he can do. Zalfa, it's your turn. You've seen these men, vampire men, barrel out from that room. You have heard the elf that's fighting alongside you shout that maybe it's time to go. So maybe it's time to go.
All right. So from where I'm at, on myself, I'm going to go in and use Gust of Wind.
Okay, pop that in the chat. And they need to do strength saving throws. How many are affected from that? Like, it's a 15-foot line.
So yeah, it's a strong
60
wind of 60 feet and a 10-foot wide.
So
So yeah, so basically I'm just down the
you
middle.
should
So
get
right, so
all
it's
of
10
them.
feet.
So 6.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna do 6. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So let's do that. I'm gonna make sure that it's not to GM because yeah. Strength 1 is fine. 2 is
Jesus.
fine. That says disadvantage as well. But 2 is fine. Third one is prone. So I'm going to just mark that a second. So that's that guy there. And then let's go for the last 3. So next one is prone. And then we've still got 2 more. Fails and fails. So the other 2 do go down. As the gust of wind hits against them, forcing them to the ground.
Okay. All right, then I am going to hoof it. With stuff in tow, and that is me.
Right. Xana, it's your turn.
Yeah.
I sense a dash move.
I guess I'm dashing since we can't destroy the coffin.
Yeah, and you can move through him because he's missed, so it's fine. You can get to there. Right. It's the vampire guard's turn now. So I'm going to do this separately. So the ones that aren't on the ground, they're going to make their
Think
way
that-
towards you.
I think they have to remake that save since they're still in it.
Is it a constant? Yes, it is because it's a constant. Where is it? There's that. Right. So first guy, strength. He goes down. But then, can he not use half his movement to get back up again anyway?
He could, yeah.
Yeah, so he's going to do that. He then uses half his movement to stand back up as the wind is blowing against him. And he's going to move 15 feet, which would get him to there. Yeah, there. I just want to check something on their sheet a moment. That could be fine. Okay, it's not on there. Okay, so I'm not going to roll on that. Okay, right, so that guy's up. The next guy, who is not prone, is going to attempt it. And he's still fine. So he can move his full 30. But then he's going to dash to get to you. There we go. And then the other guys, they're already prone. So do they need to make the save?
If it's all right, so they spend half a move to get back up, and if they want to move, yes.
Yep, okay, so he sends half his movement to get back up. And then he wants to move, so he's got to make it again. Otherwise, he's going to be prone again. And then be at, like, quarter movement. But he passes. So he's fine. He's going to then... 35... Yeah, he's going to do the dash to get down to here. I forgot one of them does get some health back. 10 hit points. So that guy... The other guy doesn't because he was hit by rage. That guy does get stuff back. The next one is going to use half his movement to get back up. And then he's going to want to move, so he's going to take the save again. Come on, another 20. No, but it's enough. Then he is going to dash, but that should be only to dash 30 because he used half movement to get back up. And then the next guy, they're all going to do the exact same, so I'm just going to do their saves. One, no, he stays down. So those two are just going to stay down. I'm going to say the wind is too much for them. The other guy, though, he wasn't knocked by it, so he's going to move down to there. But they are dashing, so they don't get to actually attack. Your elf sees that two of them are upon them and doesn't like it. They seem to trace their hands into a sigil in the air and mutter some words in a language that sounds like Sylvan but is very different, and is going to cast a spell. They are going to cast Psionic Blast.
Sounds like Sylvan, but it isn't.
It sounds like Sylvan, but it isn't. And it can go to 30, so actually, in a cone, you can probably get all of them. So, 1, 2, 3, 4 need to make a, is it strength or is it dex? It's a dexterity save. So, first one passes, second one passes, third one passes, fourth one fails. So the very one at the very end gets the full damage. I believe is knocked prone because of that. If I look at the full thing for the actual spell. Where are ya? Psionic Blast. Psionic Blast. First save takes 5 d. First time is pushed 20 feet directly away from you and is knocked prone. On a successful save takes half damage and is knocked. So that one at the back is pushed 20 feet. And knocked prone. Oddly enough, into the line of other ones that are knocked prone. The others still take half damage, so they take 5. That was a really bad roll. But aren't knocked prone. She, however, doesn't want to stay there, so is going to attempt to move 30 feet to get in. I'm going to do the attacks of opportunity against her from 2 of them. So the first one will rapier, and the second one will rapier. The 13 misses, but the 24 does hit, and that's 10 piercing. But she do be gone. She did grab your shield on the way, you notice, Zalfa. Lorelei, it is your turn. You are standing next to the stairs. Are you going to wait for your companions, or are you going to leg it?
I'm gonna wait.
Okay. Rewa, it's your turn. Are you going to leg it, or wait for your companions?
Since the only other person who was smart enough to run away is waiting, I will also wait. But I will... should I heal myself again? I'm kind of low.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Cure wound.
Do your big cure wound.
Aha,
That wasn't a big cure wound.
And then 5 more temp hit points, because she never said she dropped heroism.
That's true. She never said you dropped terrorism.
Nope.
Right. If that's your turn, it's Emil's turn. Emil sees that vampire swung, so he's going to action dash to get to all of you. Frederick's ghost's turn. Use its movement to try and get closer to his coffin. Zalfa, it be you, my boy.
All right. So bonus action, I am going to change the direction of my wind.
Okay.
So it was going at
Okay.
this angle.
Yeah.
I think it was like right here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted to change it so where I can get the most impact. These 3 for 10 feet wide.
Okay. And you want it to not hit you, I'm guessing.
Right.
So, okay, I'll do those 3 now then. So, Dex. It's fine. It's fine.
Damn.
It's fine. I
Wait.
I keep making.
Well, actually, it should be a strength save.
Is it
Not dex
strength?
save.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
Fine. Not fine. Not fine. So, for some reason I was making dex saves. So, fine, not fine, and not fine. So, let me do those now. Prone. There we go. Done.
Okay. Action. Going to go in and disengage. That's my
Okey-dokey.
action.
That's a smart move.
And run.
Do the runs.
Let me see here. And that's about it. All I got.
Xana, it's your turn. You've seen that most of the people have rushed in. You've seen that the wind has been redistributed to try and knock down and keep down as many as you can. But you know they're not too far. What are you going to do?
I will step on the other side of the door, close the doors,
That's a smart move.
and I will attempt to pull the braziers in front of the door so that they have trouble opening the door so we can get away.
Okay, roll me athletics. I want to see if you have the strength to move the braziers over to the door to stand as an obstacle. Yeah, you do. You managed to block the door with them.
Okay, and after that, I gather with the team and tell them that we gotta hurry the fuck out of here. That's not gonna hold them.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is, because if you hadn't have blocked the doors, I would have continued on. I would have continued with them getting through and all that. But because you actually blocked the doors and you did it in a smart way, I'm going to say that because they have to spend their whole turn trying to bash through, you're all going to then spend your turns to escape. Obviously, so a bunch of them are on the ground, so not all of them are going to get to the door in time. So I'm going to say that is combat for now, and say that you are starting to leg it up the stairs. This is a much longer trek up the stairs. This is like a 45-minute trek, so I'm counting this as a short rest.
Okay.
For I am a merciful god. So if you want to roll hit dice, warlocks, get your shit back. You don't get your full health back, Raywell, because it's a long rest thing, but you can get your, other stuff back at least.
Thankfully, I get all my key back.
Yep. Warlocks, get all your spell slots back. A little more, and then we'll stop off because of the time. So I'm just gonna copy and paste you, and we're gonna go up to the next map. Just make sure that it's
The next map dumps us outside, and all y'all's heads explode.
just one at a time.
Okay. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and get my shield back, and resummon my weapon into the sword.
Okay, roll me a wisdom save. DC 13.
Okay.
No, 11. I said 11, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11. For some reason.
Oh no.
You cannot.
Nope.
It stays as the heavy crossbow, I'm afraid.
Okay.
But you guys managed to leg your way up to the stairs, and you hear the shifting and changing of the stairs, and by that you feel perhaps the levels have shifted, and therefore those guards may not be able to reach you. When you get up to hear, the elf that's with you kind of takes a breather, goes over and stands by the walls and goes, "Whew, that was a bit close. I think maybe we should have ran a little bit sooner than that, but we're alive and that's what matters."
Yeah, well, we got away. That's all that matters.
Maybe, but I would have liked to have killed him, so we can maybe I don't know, but maybe people don't know we're up and around.
Well, to be honest, like, there already was some little whispers about someone around, that there were other people in the castle, and they already know that people are attacking the castle, so, truth be told, if they didn't work out that you weren't, like, vampires, they would have probably assumed you were part of the attacking forces anyway, so, yeah.
Haha. By the way, how many are y'all, and is there a lot?
I'm not gonna tell ya, because I don't really want you to know, because if a vampire tries to interrogate ya, I don't want you to tell the vampire how many people we got. Well, I don't trust you or anything. I don't think you'd hold up to torture.
Yeah. Not
It's
the
not
tickle.
that I don't trust you. I just don't trust you.
Not the tickle torture. I will fold.
I don't think that the vampires would be tickling ya. But you know what? Yeah, let's go with that.
Well then, are you guys gonna meet up somewhere at least then? Well, cause
Well, like I said, at this point, with the place moving about as much as it is, it's unlikely that we're gonna manage to be able to do it. We did have an objective that, if this were to happen, we needed to try and find the assholes that were making the spell happen. Our intel told us that there's a specific level, like a mage's quarters, where a lot of spellcasters are, well, living. Our assumption is that's where they're holding the ritual to keep the castle changing. So if we can get there, well, if I can try to eliminate the person doing the ritual, we might be able to re-establish a foothold.
cool. So don't have to kill him, but make sure he can't cast a spell.
Well, I mean, if you kill them, they can never cast a spell. Taps the side of her head like the meme.
Yeah, I got you. But I'd rather just try to knock him out or something. Because once they cast it, it takes longer to cast it again, doesn't it?
Yeah, but if they're dead, then they can't cast it at all.
Gotcha.
You're not I've said this before, but I feel like reiterating. You're not the smartest, are you, buddy?
Never said I was.
Alright, well, for better or worse, you're kind of stuck with me.
Who are you exactly? Like,
Oh.
you haven't told us your name.
She pushes herself. Oh, go on.
Sorry. At this point, I will pass the pack to Lorelei. Lorelei had her pack, and in the pack, I would pass it to her. So whatever possessions you had on you prior, you have them back.
Yeah, I have all your equipment back now, guys. No matter what it was, you got it back. Obviously not you, Xena, because you had your equipment already.
Fine, I guess I won't have anything.
No, you have nothing. You have nothing. I'm taking away your tomfers. You have nothing. Right, so after being asked, like, well, you know, who are you? The pink-haired elf pulls himself away, marches up towards you, places her hands triumphantly on both her hips, and says, "Oh, my name's Arga, first disciple of the one-armed goddess." Gives you a smile.
Would I know who the one-armed goddess is?
Roll me a religion check.
Can I do one as well?
Yeah, everyone roll me a religion check. So, Xena, you, even with a crit, don't know who this is. This is literally impossible because none of you would know anything about this.
Who or what is the one-armed goddess?
Oh, well, okay. Scratches the side of her cheek. Well, here's the thing about that. They're technically not existing yet.
Yeah, and you thought I was the dumb one.
I'm not dumb. It's
You
really
you are the
complicated.
dumb one.
Dude, she's trying to say she has a goddess that doesn't even exist.
Okay, alright, okay. So this is very... You understand how time works?
Well, I know on the sea how it works.
Alright, from now on, I'm gonna say questions to the rest of you.
That's fair.
You understand how time is like linear, right?
Yeah.
Well, to deities, it's not. She looks around as if to see if you're understanding. Okay, like it's very hard to explain, but in the realm beyond ours, time is not linear. So gods that aren't born yet still exist, and pieces of gods that died still exist. Because in where they exist, they've always been born and have always died. It, I, any of you understand what I'm saying?
To a degree.
It's
So
weird.
because of the fact that they're powerful, they can give power, they live differently than we do. They exist differently than we do.
Exactly. If they're dead, that they're already dead, and if they're alive, they're already alive, but they're already dead and alive at the same time. Trust me, it took me a long time to try and get to grips of it.
I can see why it would take someone a while to come to grips with an entity, no matter who or what it is, being able to be alive without being alive yet.
Well, it's a lot because we don't really know anything about them. I say goddess, we actually don't know if they are a goddess or a god or neither or. All we know is they exist. And sometimes when they visit us, they have one arm, and sometimes they have two, and sometimes they don't have arms. It's very weird, but hey.
So they're visiting you at perhaps different stages in their life.
Maybe, I'm not. We try not to dwell too much on it. All we know is that they entrust us with tasks and missions to try and do, and, well, we try to do our best to make sure they happen. And that's why I'm here.
Well, I suppose that's all you can ever do is just be here.
Yeah. But you're kind of stuck with me because the chances of me maybe managing to stop the ritual, well, they're much higher if I'm not on my own.
I keep looking for booty!
Oh my god.
And on that, I'm gonna end the session.